Oh, nice, Red.
Global, geek, gang, the global geek gangs here. Global. I want that we stricken from the record, folks. The global we gang. No, I'm just kidding. You can keep it. Welcome, everyone. All right, we've got a gang.
We do.
Sort of global.
Hail, the gang's all here.
There we go. And
we got a gang and we're going to use it. Yeah. Come on.
Well,
La 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 la.
Sorry.
People here that apparently want to die.
Oh my!
The global geek gaggle gang or whatever we are. Hello, everyone. Oh my goodness! Thank you all for popping in today, and I hope many other friends will join us. And well, we got some good stuff for you today. I'm lying. We got nothing. No, I do have. Oh, I do. Wait a minute. I checked my notes. It was turned over to the blank side. Yeah, there actually are things. Maybe. Well, but first, of course, let's do a little bit of a helloing. That's not a word, but I made it up just to aggravate Raquel because she doesn't like people making up words.
She gonna pull the board out next. Watch.
Do you have the board with you?
She gonna pull the board out and like you didn't use this word in this pretext and everything.
Oh, Lord.
I love you, Jed. I actually love you. Sometimes I wish people didn't tease you as much as they do, but I do love you so much, honey. I'm sending you a little hug.
Sometimes I wish I didn't pick on him as much. No, I don't wish that.
No, I like it when you pick on him. I love it when you pick on him.
He doesn't love it, but that's the point.
There will be a grammar quiz at the end of the show too. So just
Even by Raquel. And Raquel's the teacher.
I've got to put the trash out. Sorry.
Everyone, of course,
Dog ate my homework.
Before I start saying some hellos to our lovely chat, I will say hello, of course, to the loveliest, most fantastic first officer in the fleet. Welcome to the wonderful Raquel Briggs, everyone.
I don't have you so much. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you so much for creating this space for us, Clobby. We love you so much, and this community is just so wonderful, and I'm just so happy to be here. I've missed everybody all week, and excited to get started.
Glad you're here, of course. My partner in crime, my good old buddy Jed of pop culture activist. Just kidding, archivist. I was about to say that. Yo, bro, welcome, buddy.
Oh, thank you, brother.
If you're gonna be like that about it, then take it back.
Oh, Jed, I love you. Put your chin up, baby.
Our other founder, a member, the great Ash Singh. What's up, buddy?
Ash!
How's it going, guys? Great to be here, as always.
Good to see you, bud. Good to see you. And of course, the great Retro Dickie. What's up, brother?
Thank you, everybody, for coming and watching us do crazy stuff. I've got some great bits and pieces from show and tell tonight. So
Yes, we
sit
got some
back
cool
and
stuff.
enjoy the
Absolutely.
show.
Our
Thank you for coming.
Yep.
Great indeed, our fantastic buddy, and definitely, and definitely our pal Mark D with AC. What's
Hey.
up, brother?
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Great to see everyone here. I'll show. I got this printed for
Here we
Raquel.
go.
Yeah, we will get to that. We will get to some showing and stuff. We'll do all
Yep.
our hellos and everything first.
But just
brother.
wanted to show, that that's
We love
coming
it.
out to Raquel soon. Yeah.
Nice.
So excited!
Our fantastic buddy, the great Nick Weiser, of which I hear there are 32 flavors of.
Yes, the word is on the street is that there are 32 flavors, but there's a certain YouTube toxic man foo that likes to get around and say otherwise. He thinks I have about 1,000 more flavors. So if you catch him on our stream, he will tell you that there's so many more flavors, and he has named them all.
32,000
everyone.
32,000 flavors of Nick Weiser. Nice ring to it.
Yeah, especially if you go on Friday night on Nick's stream and right after Foul Ball stream, that's really gets weird. So
We have, of course,
Guy Agent Decimal Hail to Moistweiser.
Yeah.
That's been another one too. Is the moistness on my channel?
Oh, no.
Everyone has latched on to being moist on my streams, and I even got a lot of moist tips on Monday night when I hosted yelling at parked cars on my channel because Comics Division's out, so we hosted yelling on my channel, and dude, the moist tips were flowing, man. They were flowing.
You realize that there are psychological studies that depict that everyone, like people who speak English, universally hate the word moist. It is one of the most despised words in the English language, and you just keep dropping it like no problem. Hey.
The thing is, as I said before, once you don't go in style, you never worry about going out of style. So I'm just sticking to my guns here. That is all I'm gonna do.
Well, there you go. Let's say some hellos to our fantastic chat because we love them and they're always great. And Snorta Poopas, Cuber, welcome.
Snorta
Snorta
Hello.
He's our favourite bear.
It's going to take some time, isn't it?
RD, that's so cute.
This is going to take some time, isn't it?
Give Snorta some fishes.
Yeah.
The great Pettis! You for my neck of company. Let's see here. J-Man! Hey, Bob. What's up? New friend of the channel. Of course, hit link to his great channel below. Please go check his channel out. Let's see. I'm sorry, I'm getting there, folks. D-Bud Martin, what's up, brother? Good to see you. JT Kirk, what's up, my friend?
Nice to see you. Mwah, mwah.
A great pal of the show, of course. And the great Steve Mitchum. Yo, brother. He's busy out there, but he's there.
Kiss Maddie for me, please.
Indeed. Hey to Maddie. Brightest day, allowing no evil to escape his sight. Good to see you. Sorry about that. Dad man walking with the scariest avatar on YouTube. Damn it, scaring the crap out of me, dude. On a daily basis. Agent Decibel, I can't hear you. Just kidding.
Hello. Hey.
Hello.
Hello there.
That's 7. As Blackadder would say, are you ill or something? Principal that crazed. I think you're pretty sane, but I'll take your word for it.
That was good, Club.
I love Janet from Another Planet. I love that. I love Janet. Janet, I love you individually, and of course, I love your name, Janet from Another Planet.
That's
It's
such a great name.
It really is. We get the coolest names around here, don't we?
Hey, Janet, you ever been to Dentonville? Like,
But there could be another one. Damn it, Janet. You know the song from Rocky Horror.
Yeah.
well, there's the movie, and then there's the sequel. So
Do your shot cheek treatment, Captain Trek. Hail. Let's see here. PJ maybe. So PJ is not sure that he's PJ, or excuse me, or anyway, but maybe. And I like it.
Hail PJ, welcome,
Yeah,
dude.
PJ's
Hail
awesome.
PJ.
Yeah.
Hey. Boys from the dwarf.
Oh, yeah, boys from the
Boys from the
dwarf.
Dwarf.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let me make sure I've got everybody here. Oh, Brett Cohen. Hey.
Brett
Hey
Cohen.
there. Welcome, Brett.
Nice to see you.
The great Iron Caster. What's up, buddy? I got that link there now. Please go check out his new and upgoing channel. Our good buddy is a good friend of the show and a good pal. It's great to see you, my friend. So, what else we got going on, ladies and gentlemen? Let's see. Today, I don't know if I actually told you about this stuff. Number one, but today, well, we're gonna start out. We're gonna make this sort of like, I don't know what they call it. I'm very bad at naming things. Even when things are really scratchy from someone's
Hope
microphone.
so, Pat.
But, let's
Whose
see.
microphone is doing that?
Who's got an itch?
Rob, it's
I'm not
retro.
blaming anyone. Why are you gonna blame
Retro.
retro?
Press
everybody?
Oh, is my mic gone again?
Damn it!
You got to get a new mic, retro. You can't use an old one.
It's a
Yeah.
retro
Retro
mic.
one.
It's a
It's a
retro
retro
It's a
mic.
retro mic, retro Diggy.
It's made with valves or
Oh,
tubes.
dear, oh, dear. That's all right.
The
bro.
vacuum tubes are kind of burning out.
Yeah, the vacuum tubes are knackered.
I'm on your side no matter what, retro.
Okay, dude.
Let's see here. So anyway, yeah, I don't know what we call it, recommendation day or something like that. What we will all do, we will do. I've asked everyone. I think I forgot to mention it to you, number one. Sorry, but it doesn't matter. You could probably pop something up. It doesn't. Anyway, to recommend something now, something not obvious or that everyone knows about. For example, it could be a comic, it could be a film, it could be a TV show, it could be a video game, it could be, whatever it is, as long as it's geekish, of course. And obviously, none of the easy stuff. Everyone knows Star Trek, and everyone knows even Babylon 5 and The Prisoner, and those things we've talked about a lot. So just something. In Nick's case, it better be food. Just kidding, Nick. It could be a comic.
Only one thing is food, but the other things are going to be cool, like nerd geek type of stuff.
I got you.
Moist food.
Mine will be a comic. But
Moist.
mine will be a comic.
Moist food.
I'll go last, but so
Can it be
Raquel, if you
done?
got something cool, if not, just thinking. If you want to think on it while we're doing this, it's cool. Or you could just hang. It doesn't matter. But I forgot to mention that to you that we were doing that.
Hey, Rice
I think I
Krispies
did.
can be moist.
Something to recommend. Okay, I'm going to pass over to my good friend Mark D with a C, and come back to me, please, Captain.
Oh yeah, we got plenty of time. There's no
Yep.
rush. If you can think of something, if not, no, you can just hang and comment on it. But
Before
I
we
mentioned
do
it the
that,
other day.
Before we do that, do you remember when I was telling you all about Interplanet Janet? And you guys were like, I don't remember that. And it's from Schoolhouse Rock. Well, in 1978, they had this song, Interplanet Janet. And I would like to play it for Janet from Another Planet.
Go for
if
it.
that's okay. All right, here, let's see if I can do this here.
I love Schoolhouse Rock, but I don't remember that.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, Mike,
Every
we
time
may
I
have to
see
be
her
careful.
name, this is what I think.
They say our solar system
Oh yeah.
is centered round the sun. 9 planets large and small parading by. But somewhere out in space, there's another shining face.
Oh yeah.
It
Oh, I
might
love it.
be some night up in the sky.
There you go.
There's a planet Janet, she's a galaxy girl. The solar system is from a future rough girl. She travels like a rocket with her comet demon. There's never been a planet Janet hasn't seen. No.
There you go.
That sounds like shock treatment and Rocky Horror mixed.
No, it's,
So anyway,
Schoolhouse Rock.
I know
know.
it's difficult to play this kind of stuff on the stream because a lot of times it doesn't work and stuff like that.
Yeah, I
but
think
it's
Disney
called-
owns that now. So
It's
yeah.
called Interplanet
They do.
Janet. It's Schoolhouse Rock. And every single time I see Janet from Another Planet, that is exactly what I think of. I start singing that song in my head. It's a good old ditty from 1978, my childhood. And I love it. And without further ado, Mark D with a C, please rescue me from myself.
Okay.
I love it though. Actually,
That's
I love
awesome. Yeah.
Schoolhouse Rock, but somehow I don't really remember that one as well. I think it sounds familiar because I love all. Maybe I was the older ones, but that's great. I love it. Well done.
Bill, I love
Well, actually, yeah. actually still get Amazon DVDs, and the last one I did get was a Schoolhouse Rock anthology
Nice.
disc. So yeah, it's brings back memories for us of a certain age. You know, I don't think the new generation knows Schoolhouse Rock, but that was all tied to those Saturday morning cartoons and educational. So they were like. What were like 5 minutes or 3 minutes in between cartoons?
Yeah,
or they would be, it's kind of like a public service announcement, you know. And the famous ones like how a bill becomes a law in the states and
Well, yeah,
that kind of stuff. Yeah, some
So,
cool stuff.
oh,
Yep,
yeah,
so-
I love it. What you got, bro? You got
All right,
this
so I got-
or you're just talking?
No, I got some things to show here. So let me
Okay.
share my cam. So
On it.
let me grab here. Let's see, and then let's do share screen. You don't want to see my ugly mug here. Share screen here.
We like
Hey,
my-
Watch
you're
out, he's
cute.
gonna-
Don't say you're ugly.
We like the
Easy.
ugly mug.
Watch out, he'll start up OBS and screw up the whole thing.
Yeah. So one of my, and it'd be interesting to see in the chat who remembers this movie, but The Sure Thing, directed by Rob Reiner, is one of my all-time favorite movies. I just absolutely love this movie. Watch it, you know, at least
I
a few
remember.
times every year. And it's kind of an you know, what we're trying to do today, I guess, is pick some obscure
Or
obscure
stuff that
movies
isn't,
and think.
yeah, just stuff that isn't all that, super well known.
So, you know, you could pick like Wrath of Khan or Patton or Star. You know, we want to go for like stuff that maybe people haven't heard of before. So this story, it's and it's got Daphne Zuniga, produced by Henry Winkler. You've got Nicolette Sheridan as the Sure Thing. So not to spoil the whole movie, but basically, it's set at like a Brown, yeah, it is Brown University, and he goes off to school, and his whole modus operandi, or he's trying to find a sure thing or to get lucky. that's the goal of the movie. So his best friend goes to school in California, and he's like, "Why are you stuck in the Northeast?" And it's Goose from Top Gun, Anthony Edwards. Before I guess this is before Top Gun 2, I think.
Yes, it is.
And he's calling him on a cord. Like the cool thing is like back then he was on a cordless phone, and he's calling him. He's like, "Dude, you have to get out here. I've got a sure thing for you." So it's a classic buddy romance movie where they're traveling cross country. They end up singing show tunes with Tim Robbins. They get kicked out of the car. They've got to hitchhike, and of course, what's fun is there's no cell phones and no credit cards in this back in this time period. So they lose all their money. There's all just kind of hijinks that happen on the story, and he's going to California for this sure thing, but gradually, he falls in love with with the girl that he's traveling with. So let me try to play here's some images from the movie. There's just some classic, and the dialogue is so great. So I watched this finally with my son and some of his college buddies beginning of the year, and they couldn't stop laughing. They're like, "Well, why don't they make movies like this anymore?" And it's just it's like a small movie that probably wouldn't get made, and there's a college professor that he's got to write short stories about, and one of the great things that happens, like he accidentally brings his roommate's writing a story for Playboy, one of those letters to the editor, and he grabs that and he starts reading it instead of his assignment, and there's class. It's such a quotable movie. There's just so many lines that are hysterical. So I'll try to play a little bit of I'll just stop and start the trailer, not so we don't get in trouble. And I can turn the volume off, but I can play. I think you can play like 10 seconds.
You can play the trailer as long as the volume's off and you stop and start it.
Yeah, well, just so you hear a little bit of the dialogue.
All right. Don't you have an 8 o'clock? What time is it? 9 to 8.
So he's running to get. I'll just do the volume on and off every couple seconds.
I don't.
Forget it, Gibson. I hear she likes the intellectual type.
So I'm intellectual and stuff.
You're
Mute it.
That's your mother tongue and stuff.
You're failing English. That's your mother tongue and stuff. Sorry, I mean, I quote, like friends would quote lines like that all the time. I'm intellectual and stuff.
No, that's when I rearrange my sock drawer.
So hopefully you guys think this is funny. I do, but
No, it was that one.
this
We did another film. I can't remember.
Break, huh?
There's a
Oh,
certain
I got
I want you
one.
to meet.
Forgive the girl
Oh
of his
my.
dreams. A guaranteed sure thing.
I guarantee, sure thing.
For Allison, her boyfriend, a respectable, safe thing.
One day at a time.
Hot mug of China Black.
Across the country. By car.
No, I should have taken the bus.
Yeah, so that's Tim
Something that
Robbins.
you don't know?
Tim Robbins.
By foot.
So I'll skip, but
road movies.
Yeah, it's a classic road
thing.
Together, they must overcome enthusiastic travel companions.
Hi, welcome aboard. I'm Mary Ann Webster.
And I'm Gary Cooper, but not the Gary Cooper dead. I'm in.
Yeah, you can't do road movies today, or anything else really.
And there's some really great dramatic moments too in the movie too, where they, you know, it's just not
a credit card.
I have a credit card.
Oh, my dad told specifically I can only use it in case of an emergency.
Well, maybe one will come up.
I love that scene. Yep. So that's my, you know, that would be my. That'd be my my movie pick for well, one. I'll do a couple of quick things as then I have to head out if that's okay. Yep. But that everyone check out the Sure Thing if you haven't seen it. Then the other movie
Final Countdown
pick. I don't know if anyone in the chat has seen this one, but this is kind of in some ways I like this better.
Really,
than,
Mark? You're gonna test me on that?
that one,
You know
Raquel?
I have this, right?
Yeah,
You know I have this, right?
No, I didn't know you had this. No, this is
I have this on DVD.
I got the Blu-ray.
I got to see this in the movie theater when it first came out.
Great. No, that's my dad. I went to see this with my dad, and we were kind of, you know, kind of like Star Wars blew you away, but everyone knows Star Wars. This movie is the synopsis is it's you know, aircraft carrier gets sent back just before the attack on Pearl Harbor, and it's so you've got, you know, like F-14s going against MiG against the Japanese Zeros. You got you know, great cast, and there's time travel. There's a dog that's integral to the plot, and
Quite a cast.
Yeah, it's a great. Yeah, you got Kirk Douglas, Martin Sheen, you know, as starring it. Yeah, so I know you guys. Maybe people know this movie a little bit more than The Sure Thing, but
that's okay. I mean, still, that's, you know,
it's kind of an obscure, you know, you know, not as well
Not
known.
obscure. I watched both. You big nerd.
Yeah, I've seen
love you, big nerd.
Of course, Raquel's saying it. She has standards. She knows what's good in the world.
No, I just think that Mark and I have a lot in common. We watch a lot of the same kind of stuff.
Yeah, I
Wait
could see
till
that
you see
too.
my movies.
I'm afraid.
Well,
Hides underneath it.
Well, I love the history behind this, and it's not really mentioned as much as, you know, like, you know, Top Gun is always considered the big, you know, which is a good movie, but in some ways I like the story of this more, and then the history behind it, and this cool twist at the end, and time, you know, as much as I don't like time travel, sometimes gets overused in Star Trek. It's got some nice little twists, and, you know, with the cast, with this cast, it really, and of course in the movie theater too, when you see it there, it's just a total blast, because, you know, you're on the big screen, and you see it. It's so that's another one I recommend. So then I got two more quick things. We got two comic books that I love. So Micronauts, you guys have heard me mention that. So science fiction, you know, maybe definitely borrowing from Star Wars. I'll give it that. But I'd recommend reading the first 12 issues, which were done by Mantlo and Golden, Michael Golden, the artist. And they originally were going to have it. The series plotted out, I think, to like 50 issues. They were going to tell the original story, and then the editor made them compress it down to the first 12 issues.
Jim Shooter. So well, the first toy comics that Marvel did anyway. There were some before that, of course.
Yeah, so that was they took the Microman toy line from Japan, and I've shown, I think on the show I've shown my posters, but Kroyer's like the main character, and Baron Karza, and then Golden and Mantlo, they created Bug, Marionette, and Commander Rand.
That's right.
So the thing is,
Marvel still has, but they can't use the rest of the Micronauts. Yeah.
Yeah, so they can't do if they did a movie that the rights are split up. So these three main characters are owned, like Clobby said, by Marvel and the other characters. So IDW's done some books and Devil's Due, so they they can't have those exact characters. But the storyline in the first 12 issues is they're trying to defeat Baron Karza, and he's got these body pits that he's using. It's kind of really creepy. He's for a toy line. He's taking body parts, almost like the Lazarus pit, but they're using the body parts, and they're it's just they're subjugating all the people in the microverse, and he's kind of like a Darth Vader, Doctor Doom rolled into one, and
and he mixed them in with the Marvel Universe. As you can see, the X-Men, you got Psycho Man there.
Yep. So one of my theories too, I think the Fantastic Four might appear through the microverse, or if you've watched Ant-Man, they go into that quantum realm, they call it now. So when I was watching the movie, I'm like, come on, the Micronauts have to show up. Come on. So
Mark, I have to interrupt you for 1 second. I beg your pardon, sir. At 31 minutes past the hour, PJ maybe says, was this the one, the admiral that sent them out was the guys who got left behind?
I think he's referring to the Final Countdown.
Yeah,
and I think that could involve one of the twists in the movie. So I won't say without spoilers, because if you haven't watched the movie. But yeah, that would fit that movie. Yep. So yeah, there's a twist at the end, which relates to time travel, which is a really neat twist in the movie. Yep. So that's but without giving away too much. Yep. So Micronauts 1 to 12, you can find it digitally, you can find it online. And then my last comic book recommendation is, of course, another sci-fi anthology series, Open Space, and they're all interconnected stories, almost like The Outer Limits was back in the 80s or 90s when that came back out. And they have like 4 different stories in each book, but they're interconnected by a common thread, and they discover faster than light drive. There's conflict on Mars and Venus, and it's just a really far out anthology story. And I think it's available on Amazon, but it's more of a obscure comic that I just really loved. It only went for four issues. I love that Outer Limits, Twilight Zone, kind of an anthology series, and they had it was politics and exploration and all different kinds of maybe a little bit like I'm trying to think of what was the Amazon series, the Belters. I'm drawing a blank. The Mars,
The
The Expanse. Thank you. A little bit of flavor of The Expanse thrown in there. So that's my other rec for great comic. You can find it, like I said, you can find it on Amazon. I don't know if Marvel Unlimited has it. Some of the series you can get get online now digitally. But it was just a really fun. And who was the artist on this one? That was
quite a few different ones, right?
Different one, yeah. So they had different artists. No one I'm recognizing. Kurt
Tom
Busiek.
Grummet's been around. Bill Ray's been around, but they're not like big names. Busiek actually wrote something in there, though.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. Yep. So
we'll talk about him more later.
So
it's actually Busiek, by the way, but I've
Busiek. Okay.
Busiek.
I always heard Busiek.
Same here until I heard him say it.
You heard him say it. Yep. Well, go with what he says. Yep.
For the first time in 25 years, I heard him say it last year, and a couple months back. Like,
oh wow.
Busiek. Okay.
Well, you want to say his name right? Yep. So I'll put my my tips in the chat. But if you can find this book or get it anywhere, I know Raquel, this was the kind of comic that you would probably really love. I don't know if you've heard of this or read this, but that would be. I know that's
I'm
right in your.
writing it down right now.
It's in your wheelhouse and my wheelhouse. But I've read so many comics over the years, and then. You just certain ones stick in your head, or you remember, like when you remember, like the first time I read it, I was like, oh, this is really great. So
this is the style of storytelling that I like.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's this looks really good, and I can't wait to get a hold of one of these.
So I'll see. So I'll try to find out if it's available digitally, because $30 is kind of expensive, but. Yeah, so thanks for indulging me. I got to run at 3 to another exciting less exciting Zoom meeting. This is a lot more
Oh,
fun, but I wanted to get my.
Sure, man. We're glad you're here, man.
Let's say, where's how come Mark didn't show up for the meeting? And then they'll catch me on if anyone knows. Hey, what's he doing? Oh, sorry, I couldn't make it. But I was hanging out with Clobby and the gang. But
glad you're here, buddy. We're glad you're here.
But I appreciate that, and
Sure,
everyone
man.
enjoy those. Yep.
Pop back when you can, brother. if you
Yep.
can.
So I'll stay on till I want to hear that. And
Oh, cool,
I'll stay
cool.
on, and then I got to pop out at 3. But yeah, thanks for giving me that chance to go all at once and throw those up there.
Excellent. Nick, you got something?
Yeah. Actually, yes, I do. Let me start off with. Actually, I got some things to show by hand. The first thing.
Warrior Life Form and Darius Munchausen. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah. No, you're good, dude. You're good. So,
Go ahead, brother.
all right. The first thing here is this is gonna be a little bit of a shameless plug too for what I'm doing for my channel going forward. On Tuesday nights, I've been promoting. It's been like your typical normal dudes talk about modern pop culture, with a few odds and ends in between. But lately, I've come to realize there's so many channels covering that. I feel like I want to do something a little different. And on top of it, there's a degree of dissatisfaction, of course. So I decided to look to the past, and to lead by example, I'm starting by not just talk about, but starting next week doing it. And I'm looking at 80s action movies. And there's a lot of great ones that are not as well known and that people should know about, that I feel like that still are equally as great as your Rambos and your Terminators of the world. So the first off I'm going to show right here is Red Heat.
Yes.
So this will be talked about Tuesday night on my channel. Once again, shameless plug. This movie is where Arnold is a Russian cop, and it's as funny as it sounds, a Russian cop. And he basically he's after a guy from a drug war that leaves Russia and heads to America, and the guy makes it to Chicago. And now Arnold needs to come to Chicago. He teams up with Belushi here, and they're like a buddy cop team. It's funny because Arnold's the guy who's from the foreign country. He's adapting to Chicago culture, and you see how like people have like figurative way of saying things, and you see Arnold trying to adapt as a Russian cop. It's so ridiculous. Like there's one line where like I'll just give one funny line away. You guys will forget in 5 minutes anyway. Belushi said, "We can't nail his ass. We can't touch his ass if we don't get to him." And then I was like, "Well, I don't want to touch his ass." And it's like, so it's little. There's tons of cheesy one-liner jokes, lots of over-the-top actions. Your testosterone levels are be skyrocketing higher than the gas prices are. I highly recommend this movie. This stands up with the best of the best in those movies, and it's one of those ones once again that people don't talk about. It's a real shame because James Belushi and Schwarzenegger really have great chemistry in this movie. Like it's not like this revolutionary story that's trying to win awards. It's a simple, fun, but well executed movie, and that's what I feel like is once again lacking, not just within the last 5 to 10 years, but in the last 15, 20. So yeah, there's that one.
You know, Walter Hill, who directed that, kind of copied himself a little bit for 48
Yep.
hours. He even used the same soundtrack pretty much.
Oh yeah, totally
James Horner,
did.
yeah.
Totally
It's a fun
did.
movie though.
That's a classic.
Yeah,
Nick.
man, that's a
Thumbs
great
up
one
to that
too.
one. Yep.
Yeah. All right, and another one here is I snagged this. This is the Immortal Iron Fist here, and the Immortal Iron Fist. This is written by Ed Brubaker. Came on the early-ish 2000s, early to mid 2000s, and basically this story cements what Danny Rand truly is. Unlike that Netflix show, you learn the meaning of, hey, there's so much more to just gaining that power that that makes the chi that is the Iron Fist. He learns about all the mysteries from Kunlun. You actually understand why Danny Rand had to have an actual journey to earn this. You learned about the fights and trials and tribulations. And these are all things that the Netflix show don't show you. And another thing that show didn't show you, the Netflix show made it seem like it was very rooted in reality, which couldn't be any more false. There's lots of magic and supernatural elements in Kunlun. Once again, things we don't get to talk about. You also get to learn about a very obscure character named Orson Randall, the first man to wield the power that makes the Iron Fist. So it's a great story, and it really fleshes out Danny Rand's character arc. And of course, there's tons and tons of badass action. You want endless action for days? Look no further than here. And Matt Fraction took part in some of the issues later on in the arc. But yeah, it really has the perfect balance of lots of story, but still giving you lots of sweet action. And just, once again, you got that testosterone just oozing. Like, you're feeling good about your life. And now for a munchie snack, before I get to another munchie snack that I got to share the screen. The first munchie snack, which this bag's almost gone, by the way. This is I did a video for this. Once again, shameless plugging. Lay's put out a wavy jerk chicken chip. Now, this is literally like Caribbean jerk chicken. Like, it is insane. Like, I swore I was eating chicken when I was eating this. I was like, and I've had Caribbean jerk chicken, so it's kind of freaky. When you take that first bite, you're like, hold on. Is this a chip or is this chicken? No. This is a chip. It just tastes like chicken that much. It's kind of like the whole, I can't believe it's not butter. Well, guess what? I can't believe this is not chicken. I can't.
It tastes like chicken, right?
It tastes like chicken. Like, dude, sometimes it really be like that. Okay, and now I'm going to share my screen for the next one, Clobby, if you don't mind.
Certainly.
All right, cool. Let me get this on rolling. Because this is going to be... okay.
Go.
Let me
for
sharing screen now. Okay, here we go, kids. So right here, this is Dots. They're known for this is called Dots Homestyle Pretzels. As you see here, they're known for their pretzel twists and their pretzel crumbles, and they also have the best Cheetos that destroy. They destroy the franchise brand Cheetos. And they don't even and they call them cheese curls because copyright reasons, and they're based out of North Dakota. Here's Dot's story. Let's do a little story time here. Yeah, we're a family-owned business as well as a proud member of the Pride of Dakota brand with bakeries located in they have bakeries. North Dakota, Arizona, and Kansas. We strive to grow our pretzel brand far enough so anyone who would like to enjoy them can. Now, what makes their cheese curls, aka their Cheetos, different and delicious is that they use pretzel seasoning on their cheese curls. You can see there's a green twig on them. Yeah, these are the things. Though they're a big fat bag, they're definitely not cheap. But boy, is this powerful in flavor. Oh yeah, see, small town recipe, big time flavor. These things are worth every bit of money. When you see it, don't buy one. You buy 3 of them. You have one for the way home, one for later in the day, and the third one for the next day. That's how good these things are. I swear a lot of swears for these. Lot of swears. All the vulgarities in the world that would rival Razor Fist type of swears. I have a problem every time I eat these bags. I feel like I sometimes worry one day I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna become a cheese curl. That's how much I swear by these.
You can't eat a whole bag because we have them out here in Phoenix.
Oh, do you?
I've ate a whole bag in one day. Yeah, literally within a half hour, I've ate a whole bag.
As you should. As you should. All right, hold on. I accidentally closed the screen, but I got one more movie.
I knew Nick Weiser would make me hungry. God.
Oh, man. Okay, I got to share a screen one more. So, another great Sylvester Stallone 80s action movie that inevitably I will cover for my channel. And it's, once again, it's got all the insane one-liners, the cheesy over-the-top action. And it's got, even the posters is cheese. Crime is a disease. Yeah. Meet the cure. Cobra. This is titled Cobra. And I'll tell you what, man. This movie here has everything. It's like Stallone just this guy who's just trying to be a cop. He lives on his own. You go to his house, there's pizza boxes everywhere. Sounds like my life. And yeah, look, this line says, a tough on crime street cop must protect the only surviving witness to a strange murders cult with far-reaching plans. Yeah, this sums it up right here. We'll get a quick look at it here.
Chris Persia and Disaster Area, welcome, my friends.
I'll turn off.
The grocery store scene is the best. Oh, it was so good in that movie.
This is when he was married to Bridget Nielsen, too. So,
Come on, show me Cobra. Fine, don't show me Cobra. But yes, anyways, this movie right here, like, it's so good. Like the action, the action is really like redonkulous and exaggerated. And there's like, especially in a world where people are very like, what's the word here? Accustomed to Christopher Nolan levels of what they call rooted in reality. This movie is like the opposite of that, and that's something that I miss in days. This was literally the embodiment of what I call, or what we used to call, sorry, not, it wasn't just I, but we, it was called escapism. This movie took you to another place for an hour and a half, and then you come back to reality, and it was just like, you felt just awesome watching these. Like, there is a weird feel goodness to, like, oh yeah, I just want to blow some stuff up, because you feel badass, like Stallone or Schwarzenegger. So yeah, that's what I got as far as the movies, the books, the foods, as far as I'm concerned. I could go all day with other things, but we also have Mark Dio the C, who needs to show off his goods, and also other fine human beings here who I want to see what they got as a fan.
We appreciate you, man. That was some good stuff. And if you
Thank
got more, you can come on later. Don't be shy.
Oh, yeah.
Before we get on to retro, Raquel, anything yet, or you just want to continue?
Yeah, I do have a couple of things. Yeah.
Well, okay. Get to you the retro in a second. Go ahead.
Cool, no problem.
Yeah, so one of the first things that I'll just share my screen here.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. I know this.
No, you're good. You're good.
Damn it, Raquel.
No.
I just like saying, damn it. Damn it,
I can't give it anymore, Captain.
Damn it, Spock.
Okay, so here we go. Okay, so are you all seeing it?
Yes.
Okay, so here you see a book called The Theogony, and it also has works in days. I would like to recommend this to all people who absolutely love comics. So I'm going to read the back of it, and I actually teach this book. But when I read the back of it, maybe you can understand why I've chosen it for comic book fans. So, together, the poetry of Hesiod and Theognis offers a superb introduction to the life and thought of ancient Greece. Hesiod's Theogony, c. 725 BCE, is a powerful creation myth, an epic blood tale of dark forces, sex, and violence, tracing the history of the world from primeval chaos, with a capital C, to the establishment of Zeus as supreme king of the gods. So I've chosen this book because I would love it if you folks would read the epic poetry. So it's very, very short, but it is the epic poetry that explains the origins of most of the comics that you read. So you'll learn about the Titans, you'll learn about the yawning mouth of chaos and how the universe was created. You'll learn about Thanos, or death, and you'll really, really enjoy it. It is not difficult to read. It's translated into English, and it is just, I cannot recommend it enough. Like I said, this is epic poetry. This isn't, and it's done in a storytelling way. And I think that you would all very, very much enjoy it, especially if you really are a huge comic book fan and would like to know more about the nature of how the Greeks saw the universe come together and how it was created. So it's not religious. This is about the creation of the whole mythos and the nature of the beginning of time for Greeks. So I thought that you would all absolutely love that. If
Very
you read that,
affordable.
yeah. If you read that, please let me know. And if you have any questions, it's extremely comprehensible. This isn't difficult poetry. The reason why I chose Penguin Classics is Penguin Classics has footnotes. And what's really marvelous about footnotes is if there is anything that is obscure that you don't understand, or it's in another language, the footnote will immediately tell you. You don't have to look it up. You don't have to feel dumb. You don't have to feel like you don't understand what you're reading. it's in the footnote, and then you just go, oh, okay. And but I will warn you now, if you are a comic book fan, you will not need the footnotes. You'll be like, wow, this is where the idea of death came from. Oh, so there is no devil, there is no hell. That's not the way it works. And it will be a real eye-opener for you. So that's my number one recommendation. My number two recommendation I'm going to need help with, because for some reason I'm being blocked through the American site. Okay, so this is Philip K. Dick's Electric Dreams. It's based on the short stories of one of science fiction's most prolific authors. This is on Amazon Prime right now. This is actually the same style of writing that I do. So it's very much like my style of writing. And
I like
my type of
Electric
story.
Dreams.
And
Yeah.
my type of storytelling. So and no one in the fandom ever talks about this. And this is out there on Amazon Prime. And it's not done. It's not finished. So they're going to keep going with this, or at least that's my understanding of it. But I would love to press this and play for you the trailer in case you're unfamiliar with it. But the problem is see, yeah. So they'll
Don't let us see your email address. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's not going to happen. But yeah, so I'm blocked from it, which is unfortunate.
Because of Canada, or?
Yeah, because of Canada. So it will actually prompt me for my American login, and then it will say this isn't available in your country. So if one of you wanted to bring up that trailer, I think it's only 1 minute long. I think it's on IMDb. I don't understand why I'm being blocked with on it through StreamYards. Usually I can get to it, but if one of you want to play it, that would be great. That is such a great series. I absolutely love science fiction short story, and it's a great tradition, a grand tradition that I have absolutely loved since childhood. I've always gravitated toward short story science fiction, and if you haven't watched it, please do watch it. This is the latest iteration of it. There's one, I believe, from 1984, but this one is just super fun, and it's a great way to spend your time.
I was trying to find it.
I got it, actually.
Okay.
If you want.
Thanks, Mark.
Good.
And I knew, I love this series too, so this fits right in with.
Dee Myers, thank you for that, and great to see you. Welcome, and Darth Halster, hey buddy, welcome. And Justin in the red shirt, hey. All right, dude. Let me. Okay.
I had the volume off. I could just toggle it on and off a couple.
How's your memory?
Fuzzy, but it's coming back. I think I want to remember everything.
Oh, I hit the. Yeah, some great actors in this, and yeah, you're right, Raquel. It was kind of a hidden. It was kind of a hidden. Oh, that episode was fantastic. Oh God, that was so good.
And so some of it is surreal, some of it is hard fiction, hard science fiction, some of it is soft science fiction, some of it is very surreal, but just this is really, really great storytelling. And if you follow us here at Clobberin Times and you've watched any of the shows I participate in, I have always loved short story. It's something I've gravitated towards my entire life. And I started out with Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, and I started off with Edgar Allan Poe, and I just basically moved through that Twilight Zone, Outer Limits. This is picking up where that left off, and I have to tell you, it is so much fun, and it is so expertly executed, and there are just, it's so unique, and the stories are really, really great. And so if you haven't watched it, please go ahead and watch it. It's free on Amazon Prime right now. And I can't get enough of it. I wish there were 1,000 more of these stories. So yeah, thank you, Mark.
Yep, it's a great classic. Yep. And obscure and ignored, unfortunately, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, some people I think they overlook short story, and then there's some of us where that's like an entire genre that dominates our lives, and I'm one of those people. I have always enjoyed that sort of in medias res. You're immediately in the story, and stuff's happening around you, and usually there's a twist at the end, and so you're sort of shocked and and freaked out, and it's a bit of a roller coaster ride, and it's over before you know it, and it always leaves you wanting more. And unfortunately, I hate to say this, but in this world where your attention is divided and it's hard to focus. Not only do these short stories give you a chance to have a short break and to escape somewhere, but they find a sneaky way of making you barter away your time to escape into these short stories. So if you love the short story tradition the way that I do, and you like to see something incredibly fresh, totally new, something completely different than what you're watching on through these corporations and this corporate regurgitation and reboot and regurgitation and reboot over and over and over ad nauseum. This is a great place to escape to, with fresh stories and fresh places to go in your mind, and enjoy yourself.
That's great. Have you ever seen Dimension 404 on Hulu?
I don't. We're blocked from Hulu. We can't get Hulu in Canada.
Because that's another sci-fi anthology.
What?
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, HBO Max is 100% blocked in Canada. They try and tell you. They try and tell you that it's on Crave, but it's actually not. They block about 98% of the content from HBO Max. So even if you got Crave, you wouldn't be able to get it.
We can't get either of those here in the UK either.
Yeah, Esh knows what I'm talking about. It's just like, everything's
It's
$1 million,
frustrating.
and we can't watch anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. Well, I got to bow out now to get to the other meeting. I might be in the chat during my other meeting, but
Okay,
it's
love
been
you,
awesome
Mark.
hanging with you guys. If I can, I'll pop back in later.
For
But
your
thank
beautiful
you.
work. And before you leave, I just want to say, everyone in the chat, Mark is a very, very talented maker, and he made that Doomsday Machine, and he will do commissions. So if there's something that you want to make from nerddom or fandom and you can't get a hold of it, maybe it's even like a stand or something that you would like for an old model you have, I want you to know that Mark is a very, very talented maker. He takes commissions. He won't charge you an arm and a leg. He can give you an estimate up front of what it would cost, and he can literally make almost anything if you give him the time and the ideas. So I highly recommend Mark D with a C for anyone out there who is a cosplayer, or anyone who is a geek or a nerd who needs something made for whatever reason, whether that be cosplay or collection. So get a hold of Mark D with a C if you need any of that. We really, really love him around here. Very talented, very kind man.
Thank you so much for that, Raquel. Thank you. I really appreciate that. That's
Man,
great.
we appreciate you, bro.
Thank you. Yep. Okay. Enjoy the rest of the show, guys. I'll pop in later. Yep. Be good. Take care. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, buddy. Retro.
Do it, Retro.
Yeah, right.
You
Okay,
ready, bro?
Yeah, I am. I'm gearing up. Right, here we go. Now, I don't know if anybody remembers this. It was a one-off season.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved this as a kid. Absolutely love this. It's fantastic.
The great David McCallum. You know, this was, by the way, produced by Harv Bennett, and you all know who he is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This and the other,
Wonderful.
What year is that Retro?
Oh, I think 1970, possibly 5, maybe
Somewhere
earlier.
there.
Yeah,
somewhere up in
I'm
there.
not 100%. I'd actually have to look it up.
I can probably get that now then where I'm at.
If I can share my screen off, if that I'm allowed to do that. Well, share my screen. Okay, share screen. Let's have a look. Let me see. Screen 1. Share.
Steven, what's up, dude?
Hey, Steven.
Hey, hello.
Okay. Okie dokie. Right, here we go. Now, again, I've got the audio turned off anyway, but I'll flick it back on again. Now, I don't know if anybody will remember this, but there we go. There he is, making himself invisible with the clay machine.
I have to watch this.
Podcasting Palpatine.
All right.
Welcome.
Duly noted, Retro. This looks great.
Yeah, so
It was a fun
that
show.
was absolute favourite one of mine. Absolutely love it. And again, I've got another one as well. Another one to show, so I'll just turn that off. And again,
The sister show, or the brother show in a sense.
Yeah,
the show that
basically this
is the same thing. They replaced it
the
with.
same thing, but they replaced it. And now, excuse me, I'm terribly sorry that this is in French, but it was the only way I could actually get hold of this TV series. I looked everywhere for it. I searched in the UK, in America, all over Europe, and the only place I found it was on French Amazon. So hence that's why the actual case is in French.
Yeah. Old
There you
Ben
go.
Murphy. I like Ben Murphy. He's not. He may not be a David McCallum, but he was still pretty good.
Oh yeah, but again, this absolutely fascinated me. It's the same premise, but he had a digital watch, and again, if I'll share my screen off again, see if I can.
Yeah, again, Harv Bennett, I think, also did that one, did he not?
Yeah.
So they started with a movie, and then they did a series.
TV series, yeah.
All right,
So
honey. Let me see if I can find it. So movie,
Gemini,
and then series. I'm writing it right down right now.
Yeah, and there we go. Here's the intro to the Gemini Man. And he was a diver, as you can see from the intro. An explosion happened underwater. And there you go. There we go. Here's like the reveal. And he had a special digital watch.
I'm not seeing it. Did you put it up yet?
Yeah, Crucible the Crazed. I've never heard of this either. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to start with a movie and then the series.
It's not seeing it yet, bud.
Sorry, dude. Okay,
no
just hang on a second.
D. Bud Martin says, haven't seen this series since it was originally broadcast.
Right. Okay, so here we go. Gemini Man. There we go. Let's take that back again. So here we go. You all seeing that now? Is that coming up now?
There we go. Yes. I think it lasted the same amount of episodes, like 13, just like the Invisible Man, didn't it?
Yeah, is everybody seeing that okay? Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Gemini Man.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. And of course, like, digital watches all became the rage when we were kids, so we were all running around.
That.
You were all running around in the playground going, I'm invisible, you can't see me. So, that's all, so that was it. So we all wanted a digital watch at Christmas.
How about the digital watches when we had the calculators on them, Retro?
Yeah.
So,
he's also fast on the draw, Kid Curry.
Yeah.
So this is a series, not a film, Rex.
Yeah, TV series again, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got that one too, Retro.
Yeah, wonderful classic. Definitely recommend it.
Excellent.
And again, here's another one. Just let me stop sharing again so I can show this one off. There we go. Just bear with me. Right, there's another one. Again, there was only one season. There was one season of this as well. And of course, I had seen Tron. I love Tron. I'm a big fan of Tron. I even like the new one. And all the techniques that were learnt in Tron were used in this TV series. I absolutely love this because as a geek nerd, this had everything in it: special effects, computers, which I absolutely love. That's what this is. What got me into.
Well, as goofy as it was, it has the great Robert Lansing. So
So
Crucible the Crazed is saying Automan. I think that's what it's called, Crucible.
6 episodes.
Yeah. Absolutely brilliant. So here we go. Here's the actual beginning. We got
Desi Arnaz Jr. Don't hold that against it. It's goofy silliness from back then, but again, Robert Lansing.
So. Yeah, is that coming up okay, folks?
It sure is.
Yeah, there we go. there's this car.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. He could create objects out of thin air.
Oh, get out of here!
And the car, absolutely, that was the in joke. When he used to turn a corner, he used to turn it right angles like the Tron game. So of course he'd be in the car, and the car would turn a right angle, and then his mate next to him would smack right into the window panel because he'd turn at a right angle in the car.
Yeah.
I absolutely love this.
Good stuff.
Series.
Wait, pause it. Oh, damn it.
Used to create all the turn from car into the helicopter there. But again, he could only appear at night because the amount of power he used to take to generate the holographic image would drain the power grid. So, it sometimes comes to the morning. That's it. You'd have to shut down. But there you go. That's another classic that I absolutely love. So there you go. That's another one.
Can you go back to the poster?
No. Even though it is Tether Thomas.
Okay, so let's just recap
What's up,
that
bud?
because the
Well,
chat
Steve.
is blowing up like crazy. So everyone, that was the Invisible Men.
Yeah, you got Auto Man.
Yeah, Auto Man, Gemini Man.
Yeah.
The Invisible Man.
All mans.
All men.
All men.
Man shows.
Manly man.
Yes, gold manly man.
Manly man.
Yeah.
Looks
So
like
there you
lots
go.
of fun.
Yeah, I recommend them if you're like me, if you're a geek and you love your sort of I recommend these. Go and watch it. You'll enjoy them.
Nice.
You'll enjoy them.
I will do that.
Again,
Thank you.
As well, because Clobby asked us about games as well. Now, I've got something
whatever
else
you want to
show.
recommend, bro.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
Again, this is just as a point, just to actually show. Now, I know our American friends absolutely know all about this. Now, I know our American friends know. Now, this was absolutely huge in the 80s. This, hammered the market, this did.
Yeah. I love Sega.
Oh.
You're evil, Stephen.
Well, here in the UK, it was the microcomputer, the home computer market. Now, here is one of the biggest selling home computers of the 80s in the UK. Sinclair, and here's the British pronunciation, ZX Spectrum. ZX Spectrum. So there you go. 48 kilobytes, folks. 48 kilobytes. Now, literally,
does it have
every man on his dog had. Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no Wi-Fi. No, it's terrible.
I like how you include the pronunciation because of the Z and the Z.
Yeah,
They say Z.
yeah.
Okay? They really love their Z, so they always say Zine or Zine instead of.
He
us
did that
with the
on
Z.
purpose, Raquel, because he knows you would have beat him over the head with a pan if he did that wrong.
It's true. People make fun of British people when British people say aluminium, but aluminium. The reason why the British say that is because it's actually aluminium on the
Love the shirt, buddy.
Here is one of the games that absolutely hammered the market over in the UK, based on Miner 69er of all things by a young program. Yeah, there you go.
Retro with the cool stuff.
Yeah, now.
Open it
Does
up.
anyone remember what these were?
Audio games.
Yeah.
It's got a nice track.
It's a nice track, ain't it? Is anybody got? Come on, get your bit.
It's Betamax.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Get your bit pen ready. And of course, then Matthew Smith wrote the follow-up. And of course, there you go. That was another
Retro,
one.
don't lie. That's just a Teddy Ruxpin tape.
My niece had one of those.
Yeah, there you
my
go.
God,
And there's the real deal. There you go.
I had to take the voice box out of Teddy Ruxpin because he wouldn't shut up one night.
It's like,
this tells me how
come here,
old you and Jed are.
Cuddle with me, Steven.
I don't know what Teddy Ruxpin you had, but that's not what he said.
And of course, the follow-up to the old ZX Spectrum. There you go, is the Plus. So there you go. There's a few little bits and pieces that probably people won't be familiar with. There you go. How about that,
I have a,
snort a poopus. I agree.
I have a question, Vicky.
Yeah, go ahead, dude.
Okay. It connected up to the TV. I'm guessing boob tube at the time, right? So
Yeah.
what was the visual? What did it show on the visual that would interact with the tape? Would you have to go along with the tape like a choose your own adventure?
Yeah. Basically, you put the cassette tape in, audio, and then it picks it up and then converts it obviously back into a digital. But you'd literally have to type load, quotes, put the tape in, you'd hear it start playing. It'd take about 5 minutes to load a game up.
So it sounds like the old Commodore 64s when they were trying to do the Transformer stuff.
If you were a rich kid in the 80s, you had a Commodore 64. But like the majority of us, we could only afford poor, humble ZX Spectrum. But this, like I said, every man and his dog had one of these. These are
We had
absolute.
Tandy too, didn't we, Stephen?
Yeah,
We had
Tandy T.
I don't even remember Tandy. I just remember my speak and spell.
So you
Tandy was from Radio
kid,
Shack.
okay.
Yeah, Tandy was from Radio Shack.
I was I don't know how old you guys think I am, but I'm not that old.
No, you're not. You're a little baby.
I'm just going to share.
Hungry in my belly.
Get over here,
baby. Share the screen off again. And here, I think I've got them somewhere. Just bear with me. The actual games. These are the actual games that we used to play. So, there you go.
Was it lawn darts?
Oh shit!
You stand over there.
This is that great 8-bit. This is that great 8-bit sound. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh my god! Why does that look like Q*bert on Pac-Man?
So much fun.
There you go.
It was, dude.
That was absolutely massive in the UK. It's one of the biggest selling games. Made Matthew Smith, I think, at the age of 14, a multi-millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like pre-Commander Keen.
Yeah.
I think the first game I ever played on Commodore 64 was Burger Time, I believe.
Oh, yeah, I remember Burger Time.
I remember a helicopter game where it was just a stationary building. You had to save the residents from it, but they would never get saved.
This one here was the follow-up to it. Jet Set Willy. So there you go.
After he's made the bathroom?
Yeah. And basically, he, after making his millions by finding all his stuff down the mine, he became extremely rich, you see. So he had to go around his mansion to collect all the various bits and pieces. And of course, he was a bit like my wife. She was hassling him to go and, get all the bits and pieces around
every weekend,
Yeah. So, that was the second. That was the second fun.
Does anyone else? Those dudes look like ghosts of Charlie Brown because they have the little like the lightning bolt across the chest.
They look like Oompa Loompas too.
And there are actually still some bugs in this game in certain parts where you get to it. If you fall, it just goes into an infinite loop. It just keeps on going and going, and it never you actually crash out the game. But there are actually bug fixes for it that you can get to repair the game. But yeah, this is the follow-up. These are two of my favourite games. And again, probably not heard of anywhere in the US because again, it was the NES that cornered the market over there in the US. But in the UK, 80s home computers were absolutely massive over here.
The joy in your voice just sharing this proves that you do still love it, man, because you sound like a little kid.
I do. I mean, this just brings joy.
Don't we always sound like little kids, though, Stephen?
I try not to say that because eventually you'll be like, what do you mean I sound like a little kid?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Well, that's what I mean. If you hang on to, you hang on to this, like, you're never going to grow old, are you? You know what I mean?
No.
But, yeah, absolutely fantastic. So there you go. And one other little thing, just let me, because I absolutely love the Gemini Man so much.
Mm-hmm.
Just bear with me if I can get those off. I know it's not much, but because I absolutely loved it, I actually created my own watch face to show.
Nice.
So let me get this on. There you go. I actually created my own version of the Gemini watch face for my own smartwatch. I made that myself because I absolutely loved the show. So I made
They had so many shows back then, didn't last full season, so they didn't get syndication packages like Invisible Man and Gemini Man. And then in the early 90s, when the Sci-Fi Channel, when they started out, when they were actually good, they had a thing that came on every night called the Series Collection, which would show, short-lived, obscure shows that no one knew about. And they showed those on there. It was the first chance I ever got a chance to see all of the episodes and record them and whatnot. So, but then after that, again, you didn't see it that much. And of course, you got them on DVD over there. They're not. I doubt they're available. I think they're available over here. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they
are.
Warner
Archives, but
it's harder to get over here though too.
You got to get them from like the Warner Archives, probably, or something like one of those types of services.
Yeah.
So
it's cool, like I say, it took me ages to find that Gemini one. It really did, because I've been after it for years and years. Because again, I only saw it last time. Saw it when I was a little kid. And I've never seen it since, and of course, it's never ever been repeated. I was lucky that I came across it. So yeah, definitely recommend them. Watch them, go and watch them. Brilliant.
Indeed. Well, that's excellent, buddy. We appreciate that. That's great stuff, man. Cool indeed. Who would be next? That would be Ash, maybe. If you're ready, Ash. If he's back.
Yeah, I'm back.
Are you ready, bud? I mean, no pressure.
Well, I'm going to be talking a lot. It's not really so much a showing. So if people have got stuff to show, then it might be
not really
to do that first.
No, just talk, man. You got something to say? Please say.
Okay, yeah. So, my sort of recommendation is the Elder Scrolls video game franchise. Now, if you've heard of Elder Scrolls, then you'll probably have heard of Skyrim, which is like the latest game. Skyrim's been out for at least a decade now, and we're still waiting for Elder Scrolls 6, which is about 5 years off.
Never come out.
It's going to come out. It's just going to take another 5 years to come out or something.
Oh, no, 10 years. 10
With
years.
6 times the graphics and 6 times the display.
If you've seen some of their dev interviews and dev diaries, they're actually using photogrammetry technology. So they're basically taking like actual videos and photos of like a rock formation and porting that into the game to make it as photorealistic. So they're using that. But like the whole game franchise started off with Elder Scrolls Arena, which was back on DOS, and that was in 1994. And then it sort of evolved from there as like a role-playing game. And it's got the whole franchise has got very expansive, deep lore. I'd say it's as deep as and expansive as World of Warcraft, or it's probably bigger than Lord of the Rings, probably as big as the world of Game of Thrones. There's so much like deep lore and history, so many like books just written to be placed within the game. Most of the time, the casual players just go past the books, don't really read them. I mean, to be honest, I do that because I don't like sit there for ages reading through lore. I prefer like watching videos and stuff. But there's things that the Elder Scrolls franchise has done to canonize certain actions. So let's say when Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfall was being developed, they wanted to have multiple game endings, but they wanted to canonize that within the lore. So what they decided to do was introduce something called the concept of dragon breaks, which are in the game an event happens which causes a dragon break, which is like a magical event in the universe, and then during this dragon break, it basically breaks space-time, and you keep progressing to the point of the end of the story, which would be the end of the dragon break. And afterwards, because it's broken time and space, every single separate outcome, you know how like some branching timelines and stuff, every single one is considered canon. So there's been wars fought during dragon breaks, and each side has won at the same time. It's very similar to one of the quantum principles. I've forgotten which one it was. Is in actual physics right now, where like Schrodinger's cat. If you guys have heard of that, where But in this, rather than observing to see which outcome is a real one, both outcomes are the real outcome, because people will know one outcome to be true, other people will know the other outcome to be true. But that's just one little tidbit. And then we've got so many like empires and so many things happening. Kings have risen and fall. People with have had the Septim dynasty, which started in the Third Era. They have dragon blood, and the Daedric princes agreed not to invade Nirn because of only if there was an emperor ruling the country that had dragon blood in. So that's why in Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, when Ural Septim VII was killed, he was played by Patrick Stewart. One of the Daedric princes invaded the world and opened up portals to the Oblivion Plane, and then that's why they invaded, because there was no emperor with the dragon blood. And that's like sort of the progression of Oblivion, and then you learn that there's actually a secret son of that emperor and whatever. So we get to like Skyrim, which is in the 4th era. There's 6 eras, by the way. There's the Creation era, the Merithic era, which is the Merithic era is where like everyone sort of comes to Tamriel, builds alliances and stuff, comes from other continents. Tamriel's the main continent where everything happens. It's kind of like Middle Earth from Lord of the Rings. That's like the central continent where everything happens. You've got Creation, Merithic, and then the 4 eras. So you've got 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And Skyrim takes place in the 4th era, about 100 and something years in. And Elder Scrolls 6 is said to have taken place about chronologically 5 years after the events of Skyrim. But what many fans would have wanted Elder Scrolls 6 to be is like a Skyrim 2, or what I personally would have wanted is the original plan for Skyrim was that Ural Septim V went to a continent called Akavir, and that's the dragon continent. It's where all the dragons are. That's where other races are. And he was sent there to resolve a conflict and fight in a conflict. And then he was presumed he went missing, and ever since then, we've just known him to be missing. The original plan was for him to come, for the protagonist to go to Akavir, discover that Ural Septim V was still alive, and then progress through and you explore Akavir and that sort of thing. But with Skyrim, the main sort of the crux of it is you start off as just someone trying to cross the border into Skyrim. You get caught by the guards, and you taken to a little castle fort called Helgen, and then you're about to be executed. A dragon attacks, and then you progress your journey, leading from one place to another. There's a whole stuff about Dragon Ball. I'm not going to go too much into the events of Skyrim. If you do want to play, I mean, it is a decade old, but it is a very fascinating story. I mean, Skyrim is a self-contained story. So if you're coming in as a beginner to the entire franchise, you can come in and play Skyrim and be like, yeah, that was a great game, I'm done. If you want to play the other games, you can. But there's so much deeper lore. I mean, like there's like there was one little farming town called Rorikstead in Skyrim, and they seem like a peaceful farming town, but when you actually speak to the villagers, they're a Daedric worshipping cult, which and that practicing human sacrificing, but they don't explicitly tell you that. They imply that based on the dialogue, and they're teaching the young females how to worship one of the Daedric princes. I mean, there's also the concept in Elder Scrolls called the Godhead, which is basically what the everything that is corporeal in the universe, in Skyrim, in the Elder Scrolls, is basically a dream of a dreamer, which is the Godhead. Dreamer and Godhead is essentially the same thing. And you essentially, as the player, controlling things, creating different game save files, like adding mods to the game, is you creating and editing the universe, which is because it would technically be you could imply that it is your dream. I mean, the dreamer or the Godhead can be referred to as Todd Howard, who's the brainchild of the Elder Scrolls franchise, but it can be implied that the player is the Godhead, and characters can realize that they'll get to a level of enlightenment where they realize everything is just a dream, like it's someone else's dream, and from there you become Kim, which is you've realized what's happened, and then you can either not accept it, like kind of accept it but not accept it, and then you can like have like powers. You can edit things. Not like exact detail knowledge isn't 100% because there's still so much I don't know given the depth of everything. And the other thing is you can leave the dream world and then you become your own Godhead, and you have your own dream being a universe where you can like create and destroy and this, that, and the other. I mean, there's like so many different like conflicts, so many different races, elves, orcs. Orcs are in Elder Scrolls, orcs are like a species of elf that was like evolved in a different way. And yeah, so there's so much to it. And like I could literally speak for hours and hours and hours about all the different little things, about the different conflicts, and all that sort of stuff. But it's really an interesting universe to get into. Kind of like Lord of the Rings. When you learn about the Fellowship, you learn about all the different races. You learn about the people that created the rings, the elves, and all that sort of stuff. And it's quite an incredible thing, really. But yeah, that's
excellent.
Elder Scrolls for you.
Well,
in the most basic nutshell ever.
Now, this is this you may have touched on it, but it's relatively recent series of games, or it's been out for how long?
Yeah, it's been out for a very long time. Like I said, the first game came out in '94.
Oh wow! Okay.
Check that in '94 on DOS on PC.
Oh okay. Wow, yeah.
So the latest game, Skyrim, came out in 2011 on the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360 and Windows. And then it's was revived as a special edition for what is now previous gen, so PS4 or Xbox One, like a Game of the Year type edition. Wait, no, the Game of the Year edition is the game and all the DLC, but the special edition was like a slightly spruced up graphics, but it was basically just a game with modded VFX, but provided by the company that made it. I mean, it sprung many jokes like is Skyrim going to be on your smart fridge and is going to be on Alexa, and then they actually made like a version of Skyrim for the Alexa. It was like a those really old text-based RPG games. It's done like that, so you can actually download a version of Skyrim for Alexa, and you like just control everything with voice commands and that type of thing. But yeah, I mean, I've purchased like 6 different versions of Skyrim, because on like loads of different platforms and stuff, because it's one of my favorite games of all time. It was the first game that I got when my parents got me a PlayStation 3. It was Skyrim and Assassin's Creed Revelations, 2 exceptional. Like AC Rev is an exceptional game in itself, and the Assassin's Creed franchise is a whole other kettle of fish entirely. I could speak for hours and hours and hours on, which have historically accurate events, like in Assassin's Creed 3, which is based in the American Revolution. You participate in the Tea Party the Boston Tea Party. You pick up crates of tea and throw it into the harbor. But yeah, so if you like fantasy world and you like RPGs, open world RPGs, the graphics are a bit dated in terms of polygons and the design of the game. But it is well worth a play because of the story and everything that transpires. And like, if you just play Skyrim, there's so much you can miss if you don't like the lore. It's like you guys that love your comics, you know everything about almost everything about certain characters, their backstory, their lineage, their origin, their creation, artists, writers, and all that sort of stuff. It's the same thing for the Elder Scrolls franchise. There's so many events, so many different things, and like one of the races tried to build their own god, but they like made like a mechanical thing. They powered it by the heart of another god that created the whole thing. And yeah, you go into one huge spiral. And if you want to learn more about the lore, I recommend 2 YouTubers, one called Camelworks and one called Fudge Muppet. They're my 2 go-to YouTubers for Elder Scrolls lore. So yeah, if there's anything else you want to know, let me know.
Excellent. Well, I love your passion and enthusiasm for it. Ash, that's why we're
Did
here,
you
man.
see Ironcaster's comment about videos on the Elder Scrolls series?
Yeah, I think I did.
Well, he said that Razor Fist did some great videos on the Elder Scrolls series, so I'm assuming you know who he is. If you do, I mean, he's a big gamer as well.
I know of him. I've heard of him a few times.
Yeah,
but I haven't really watched it. So I'll have to check it out then.
Yeah, put it this way: anything he gets into, he commits to it. Whether he's into it or not, he's like the guy who wants to learn the in and outs of everything that he touches. And considering that he is a fairly big gamer, he does gaming streams every Friday night. And if Ironcasters recommend it, that sounds like something that is right up your alley as well.
Excellent.
Okay. His channel is called The Rageaholic.
Oh yeah,
okay.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, rings a bell. Like when I get a video, if I really like it and I'm really into the story, I will commit to the point. I will. For me, a game is complete when I 100% all the achievements. So for a PlayStation, it's a platinum trophy. So if I look through the achievement list and feel like, oh, okay, I can possibly do all the get the platinum, and I enjoy the story and everything, then yeah, I'll see through it to platinum. I've got like 30 platinums now, and yeah, and I mean I did the platinum for one crazy thing was for the platinum for Final Fantasy 15. There was one specific trophy that bare bones base level, it would take you 24 real-time hours to complete this boss, but all like geared up and leveled up. It took me about 4 real-time hours just to complete this boss because it's basically just a bullet sponge. So yeah, that was crazy. But there's so many crazy things about gaming that you can really get into. There's so many expansive universes, lore, MMOs, game franchises. I mean, there's certain franchises. Sorry?
Driving simulators.
We're referring to Fortnite. I mean, even if you take Fortnite for example, they've had crossovers with Marvel and DC, and now both companies have agreed that Marvel and DC, all those characters are part of the Fortnite universe, and because they're in the Fortnite universe, Marvel and DC exist in the same universe, as well as
Joe.
Halo, G.I. Joe, and loads of other franchises that have like guest appearances within Fortnite. Fortnite is like, if you've ever seen the film Ready Player One, and it's like all franchises from loads of different genres in like one brainchild game. Fortnite is like the game in Ready Player One, but there's only one game mode being the battle royale, or there is save the world, but like the main crux of it is the battle royale. So
we need a real Ready Player One, seriously.
Yes, we do.
Hail, Eric. Hey, welcome, brother. Great to see you, buddy.
Hey,
The great
Eric.
Eric, the great wrench. Always have the two greatest wrenches out there. He and, of course, the great Chris Pershing.
Actually, that's a good idea, Ash. If you want to talk about it, I'll bring up my actual player screen and people can actually look like I did with yesterday.
Go ahead. And then, Jed, do you have something for us as well?
Oh, I got a few things.
All right. Well, go ahead and do that.
I'm going to terrify Raquel, so.
We're going to do that. Do that real quick there. Is that? Oh, I thought you were going to share one. You want to focus on this screen here?
No, it's okay. I'm waiting for it to load in, but I was just going off Ash so I can show the Jets first, man. I'm just
no,
here
go
for
ahead.
fat representation.
It's cool, man. What you got?
Yeah.
You got to wait for it to load in, but there you can already see Tomb Raider.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's Lara Croft from Tomb Raider.
I see. Cool.
Like, where are you going to find the T-800s and Sarah Connors and Alien and Predator all in one universe, along with G.I. Joe and The Mandalorian?
Cool.
Hold on. It's loading in. I'm sorry. I should have prepped.
No problem.
But
It took
I'm
me
going to...
so long to get into the game today, Steven.
Yeah.
Well, you have a lot
And
of
they
updates.
had that update. They had that update too today. So,
have you guys heard of Bucketheads?
Yeah, I've heard the name.
They just agreed to come and be an interview later on in the future.
Ooh,
that's awesome. Dude.
Oh yeah, I'm happy. That's my only share I have to. And there's there's Arrow.
All right.
So if I'm gonna go through my stuff, let's go to the top. And like we're talking characters, there's Deadpool.
Cool.
This is all in one universe. There's the Mandalorian.
Oh wow.
Okay.
And then we have the Predator.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Oh
and then
yeah.
if we keep going. Look.
Hey, the bat.
Oh wow. Yeah. Cool. Oh yeah. Cool.
Oh, is that Dr. Doom? No,
Oh, Dr.
there
Doom.
we go. Dr. Doom.
Now, hold on.
Okay,
Hold on. All the different foils we used to remember.
Oh
Wow.
yeah, that's awesome.
Yes.
Cable. Wow,
Cool
that
doll.
marks in there.
Oh, I see Groot too. Lara Croft, cool. Rebirth Raven.
Raven. Yeah.
I'll change it for you.
There you go. The suit Raven.
But Ash is right about one thing. This is the only game where you can literally and it has replay, so you can actually record it, angles, and actually make your own comic book in a 3D
I see
world.
Storm and Thor. Thor, yeah.
Now, hold on. I got the best part for you right now.
Facing the She-Hulk.
Yeah. That she does.
So how did he get hold of these skins?
You earn them per season.
Red
Yeah, yeah.
She-Hulk.
And it's like there's also like they have the foils for all of them. And then we got Mystique.
Mystique.
Okay.
This is cool.
Yeah, all right. Punk Storm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
Now,
The hell is that costume?
I don't know.
but the
That
best
looks like an MCU Stark look.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, are these being created by users who are uploading them, or
No, this is by the company. So,
this should have
so
taken
Marvel will do a team up with Epic Games, who made Fortnite, and they'll say, we'd like to work with you to put some of our characters in your game, and then they'll work out, and then it will do thing. They'll do like storylines where some of the MC characters will work with the Fortnite characters. I mean, there was an event with Galactus where in the lore of Fortnite, Galactus attacked, and some of the MCU characters came into the game, and then like they all fought Galactus.
This is cool.
There was an event earlier, really early on, with Thanos. That was like the first major Marvel crossover event, I believe, where Thanos was like a boss in the game, as well as just trying to go after each other as players. and if you managed to kill Thanos, he would drop his gauntlet, and you could pick the gauntlet up and become Thanos, play as Thanos, and you'd have like some of the powers of Thanos.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah.
The thing with Mystique, they even do equality, right? So let's say you kill a player in the game, you can actually transform into the player you just killed and actually do shapeshifting.
Yeah.
Bruce Lombardo, what's up, buddy?
That's the one thing I like about this game. The Marvel season was what brought me back, but when they do stuff like this, it's even close. So let's say I know a lot of people are like, Mandalorian, but guess what? I can literally just go up here. There's a Sentinel's head. We got Rocket. If I want Rocket on the Mandalorian, look, there you go. I have a Tron cycle. I can
nice.
Yeah,
oh my!
So cool.
Wow.
Oh, that's awesome.
Where is it? Where is he? Where's the little poop head? There's I can even have Baby Groot on my back with Groot.
or even Grogu.
Oh, that's great. Brilliant.
And just you've seen that. Let's just say I'm in the mood and I want to ride around on the Millennium Falcon.
Oh, great.
Ooh, nice.
Wow,
that's cool.
awesome.
That's fun. I like it.
Oh, wow.
Ty Whisper? Did I miss something?
Yeah, there's been a lot of stuff. Now, I'm not going to go too far because I don't want to take up too much time, but Ash is right. And he didn't attach on one thing. The lore in Fortnite, this game's been around since 2017.
Yeah.
They have yet to even explain what the island is, what is going on with the island, or anything. So we don't even know. And they even did it. They did respect. So say if you want to be Thor, right? If I wanted to change I want to use a pickaxe, and I wanted to use Thor's hammer. I can only be Thor to use it. See?
That's cool. Okay, so
whoever
they
holds this
respecting
hammer,
the lore. Nice. That's cool. Okay, so someone actually looked into the source material a little bit when they inserted these characters. That's cool. I respect that. I'm not familiar with this game, but that's cool and commendable that they did that.
Oh, look at that. Now I can actually put on Thor's hammer.
Okay, that's cool if Fortnite did that. I've never played it before. I'm kind of curious about, but now that makes me like respect them at the very least. That's cool that they did that.
And if you want Storm, they literally have a comic. Like that's what I'm saying. This place is the only place where you can find the respect of the characters in a way. And I'm sorry for over talking and being any weird.
No problem, man. No problem.
We're here to show things off, dude. No, you got me. You'll always make me want to play it.
But no.
It's got a Sentinel's head.
They had a Sentinel graveyard.
Wow.
In the game at one time. You had to fight Dr. Doom if you wanted his gauntlets. You had to, there was just they put detail in it, and like that's where your comics are right now living. And it's kind of sad, but it's the only place they're alive.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Cool, man. Appreciate that. Jed, what you got, bro? It's your turn, man.
Show us, Jed. No.
Show or tell. Recommend. Or don't.
Well,
if you don't
I'll
feel
probably
like
have to have you like pull up stuff or whoever wants to do it.
All right.
So they can see. Sorry, my allergies were acting up.
It's okay.
There's an allergy.
My first one was overdrawn at the memory bank. I don't know if anybody knows about
I remember
this.
that.
Yeah,
Mike,
could you
find
pull
it
that?
I'll see what I can do. All right.
It is it was based on a 1976 short story. But it was it was produced by Canada RSL Productions in Toronto, and it was a joint with the television network WNET. So, because of its expensive budget and everything, it was shot basically on videotape. So, and it was pre-sold to like American cable companies and everything else. But it wasn't until it did not get fame until
Mystery
Mystery
Science Theater
Science
did it.
Theater picked it up, and then it immediately became a cult classic. And this, I gotta say, and I saw that the first time it was on Mystery Science Theater. That was my movie on Mystery Science Theater. That and Manos: The Hands of Fate, which we won't go down that route.
Manos:
that
Hands
one.
of Fate.
Yeah. That one is.
Yeah.
But this was before Raw Julia got really famous. And the sad thing about this is that, like, a lot of the cast has passed away.
Yeah.
Like the two mains of the movie have both passed. Raw passed away in '94, and then she passed away in 2014. So, it's how have I say this?
They used to show it on public television a lot. I remember.
Yeah,
like that. The Lathe of Heaven.
Yeah, and it came up in parts. It wasn't until Mystery Science Theater and Riff Tracks, gotta go to them, that they put it all together in one huge movie instead of the parts. And I don't Degrassi.
Mike Beats, what's up? What's happening?
Yeah,
what's wrong?
but
what's wrong?
But it's a short thing. He was the mind of a computer programmer forced to take over a virtual vacation in his head because the totalitarian government told him he wasn't working right and he needed time off to, get more of what have they say? They wouldn't let him back to work unless he did a vacation. And he ended up in the brain of a chimpanzee named Daisy that got drunk on fruit. The whole movie just... And then... I'm not going to spoil the whole thing, but somehow, and you'll see it in there, there's the part where...
Don't reveal it. Don't reveal it.
No, I'm not. No, I'm just... No, there's just a part where...
You wreck it for me, I will kick you.
No, he goes into...
I'll do it.
He goes into a cute... There's a part where he accidentally gets put somewhere else and then hijinks ensues. So...
Okay.
You probably want to see this one.
Don't tell
me
anymore.
I'm not.
I'm gonna watch.
Secretly Spartacus.
Actually,
they all die.
Spoiler alert! He ends up.
I've never seen it. I don't know what this is.
They secretly killed all the characters.
He hasn't seen it.
He ends up in a really weird house.
They all die.
And he changes his name to
And
Gomez
then,
Adams.
she's like, "Oh, I can't talk, and I can't tell her, but the movie."
He woke up from a coma and he was then renamed J.J. Abrams.
No.
They all die.
If it turns out they actually do all die, I'm really sorry.
They're all Cylons. All of them are Cylons.
And
Every one of them is Cylons.
A bunch. I have another one that
All
is
right.
from Mystery. That I love Mystery Science Theater and Riff Tracks.
So do I.
So the next one is Time Chasers.
Oh,
If you can bring that one up, Mike.
the good thing is when you pull these films up, you don't have to put MST3K on there. That's the only thing that they're known for. Although overdrawn with the memory banks, overdrawn with the memory bank. Is
That
not
didn't
one
become a
you
cult
expected.
classic until it hit Mystery Science Theater. Like a
No, to
lot
pull it
of
up, I
these.
guarantee it's going to be MST3K when I pull it up.
Yeah, a lot of these
Actually,
movies
wow,
didn't
surprised.
become cult classics until Riff Tracks and Mystery Science Theater.
I'm shocked with only a little of it. Wow.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Do they chase time or they're being chased by time?
Yes.
No, well, he comes up with a really weird time machine. And so the place that he sold it to abuses it, and he's got to go through time to fix everything that this corporation messed up.
Jeez,
It's really bad though.
Yeah.
It's a bad movie. Yeah,
it's a bad good movie.
It's bad. I mean, overall, the Memory Bank is actually an interesting, quiet, quirky
Yeah, it is.
science
But
fiction
I
film
like
that
it.
you can watch it without the riff tracks or MST3
Yeah, you
accompaniment.
can enjoy it. Yeah, you can
and get
enjoy
something of it. But it's kind of fun how they goof on it. This movie without MST3K, you're in trouble.
Yeah, it's you can't watch
really
it. It's
bad.
like Manos.
Oh,
You can't
boy.
watch Manos without either.
No,
Okay,
if
I'm
you
gonna
watch
pass
Man,
on this one. Then I'm gonna pass on this
Yeah.
one, but I'm
but
definitely.
it's fun though.
Well, I have a lot of movies, so
Have you watched Time Chasers without MST3K, Jen?
yeah, it's don't do it.
What about what about Biggles? Biggles, the time traveler. How about that one?
Biggles.
So,
That's a good one. That's a good one.
and speaking of Manos to Hands of Fate, can you bring that one up, Mike?
Oh, must we?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's going to be all MST3K and riff tracks.
Yeah. Well, no, I got some that aren't.
I know there's a special feature on the MST3K DVD of it where you can watch it without them.
Mhm.
Like, why would you
There
possibly
is.
want to do that?
To torture yourself?
This is probably the worst film ever made. If it's
Yeah,
not,
Mano. Okay, there is a if you guys want to know more about Manos,
you don't.
There is an actual documentary that they went, and it's kind of sad.
Wow.
Because it went back and it had all the cast, and they tell you about how hell it was to do this movie. They were literally like people doing 15 jobs. The guy wrote and directed the movie himself, and he had to do costuming and all this other stuff. And yeah, and it's just
basically the title is Hands, the Hands of Fate.
yeah, when his thing, yeah, and the big guy, the hero of the movie is our homie right there with the hat.
Corgo.
Yeah, and he's like this master. He's like a little Peter Lorre, kind of, and here's another fact. Just a second.
This movie is, did you go to the riff tracks live of this when they did it? Because they did it on the show a long time before that. Then they did riff tracks live at the theater, and my son was so mad at me for making him go see it. He says even they couldn't save it. It was so bad. Holy crap! And what are you looking for, Jeff?
I'm sorry, somebody was knocking on my door again.
Okay,
I told them
Hey,
not
everybody
to.
in the chat, don't be afraid to also put up your obscure things
Yeah.
that you love and keep that conversation going.
Yeah.
Yes. So this one, and I know. And then there's so many like lines and stuff from this one, like from all three movies. There's lines. I just love this, and that's one of my favorites, Manos. But you do not watch this without the Mystery Science Theater track. You just you're like, yeah,
or at least riff tracks.
Yeah, riff tracks or Mystery Science Theater, because I think the riff tracks one is better than the Mystery Science Theater one. It's the same guys.
Yeah. Well,
here's the thing.
Yeah, it was Joel and the Bots as opposed to Mike and Kevin.
And I like the riff tracks one. I've actually talked to the riff tracks guys a few times, and I'm trying to do a little cool something with them. So hopefully, but yeah, and there's so much just also. I love cult stuff. Okay, so the next one, Mike, if you can type in "girlfriend from hell."
I'm sorry, I've suddenly lost my typing ability.
I love you, Eric. It's nice to see you. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Why did my keyboard suddenly switch to wingdings? I can't help you anymore, Jedi.
Yeah. Well, you guys wanted to, I love B movies. I
like B movies also, so because I'm a driving kid. I grew up in the 70s.
Yeah, and I used to love watching the
the
old school just B movies.
Yeah.
What's the one that read
This one, hey Mike, if you can even there's a trailer. Okay, this one is hilarious. When I first saw this, I got to see this on cable in the
This
early
is a horror
90s.
movie, right? This is a horror movie?
It's a dark comedy horror movie.
Okay, I'm gonna pass
It's
on this one 'cause
hilarious.
It's gonna be scary. It's gonna be scary.
No, it's not scary.
No.
It's actually hilarious.
Yeah, I don't think it's scary.
Yeah, but movies
It's
from
not
the
scary.
70s
It's not scary.
and
It's
the
no.
80s.
Yeah,
They're so
it was.
violent. Like when you
Oh,
got
well-
killed in a movie in the 70s, you were
Well,
Yeah, it was always brutal.
This
The
one,
only-
this
Raquel's
one,
right. It was always a brutal death.
The
back
only
then.
thing
Yeah,
scary is the hair.
this okay, yeah, well, okay,
Hair's
they
awesome.
have her.
It
at
looks
the
like a
beginning-
critter is on her head.
Yeah, at the beginning of the movie, Miami Connection's a good one, Dad, man. I love that one too. At the beginning of the movie, she's all mousy and stuff, but it isn't till the devil takes her over. Okay, no, get this. And the guy that invented condoms has to come back from him. He's a dude, it's wild, okay? The angel that invented, he's called a chaser, and he's been trying to chase her. Well, his ex-girlfriend was the devil. Okay? Okay, and then
Wait, was this movie sponsored by Trojan?
no, but I love this movie. And so the devil, Night of the Comics to go into. So the devil jumps into her mousy body and they set her up on a blind date with this other dude that didn't get anything. And then she immediately turns into her devil form and stuff with the hair and everything else. And then it goes in hijinks from there. They got nuns shooting at them and all this other stuff throughout the movie. It's hilarious. And then they go to
Red Letter
other
media
places.
covered this movie.
I love
message
this
them and
movie. I
find out.
want to do some stuff with this, and I just love this.
This is a Red Letter media.
Yeah.
I got a message Rich and be like, Rich, do this episode.
Yeah, I this is one of my favorite movies. I actually have 2 VHS copies of it because it's hard to get it on DVD. So I'm getting my tablet up.
Okay, this is so much fun.
Yeah, but like the tag, you see the tagline, the devil made her do it, not that she minded. That was the tagline.
The devil made her do it. Really?
Yeah, can you go? I know there's if you mute the sound, can you show the trailer, Mike, please? I want Raquel to see the trailer. Can you please? Thank you, DD. See, DD knows what's up. DD knows what's up. And here's a good thing, Raquel. They also made this into a musical later on. Too.
Wait. Why am I having fears that this is like pre-orgasmo type of movie?
Yes,
it is pre-orgasmo.
This is totally
now you're a man.
Yeah.
What's this? Grandma.
But they did the musical later on. Watch this.
Just straight porn.
No, it isn't.
Straight porn.
Well, no, the other one.
You sound really excited for porn, though, Raquel. You're like, it's straight porn. It's straight porn.
Yeah.
No, come on. If you've seen these movies, Steven, from this era, I know you're a little young, but that's exactly what it was like. It was
look
like
at this. Look
you're
at this.
watching a movie, and then all of a sudden, bow, chicka, wow, wow. And it's like softcore
what's this?
porn.
I love this.
Well,
She's
softcore porn looks like moving furniture.
Back in the 80s and 70s, we had sex comedies and stuff. Porky's, Revenge of the Nerds. This was one of them that's lesser known. Yeah, Mike, can you play that?
I doubt it.
Please.
What language am I speaking?
Oh.
Yeah.
More.
So that's her when the devil took her over.
More.
And then she's like, you gotta listen, and that's her ex, and that's the guy she's going out with. There's the nuns.
Yeah, Eric Kate, I love this kind of thing. And when Red Letter Media does it, like when we do the VHS
This is when
Plinko, I love VHS Plinko, and I laugh hysterically along with Rich. And the movies are so bad. Red Letter Media has a regular segment where they do this, and it's so great.
Yeah, and then there's the part where the nuns were shooting a rocket launcher at him, and they're like, "Don't come back to your church!" and blah 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 blah. And she's like, and then she goes and throws a cigarette at the nuns, and the nuns go up in flames, but the nuns come out burning up and stuff. It's just silly fun that you can turn your head, turn your head off. Okay,
If
like
you did a review of this, I would watch, but I don't think I could actually watch the movie. I can only watch it like I do when I watch it on Red Letter Media. I think it's hysterical whenever they get to like a super violent part or like a sex part or something. They just cut to the guys on the couch and Rich is laughing hysterically.
So-
if you could cover it like that, I would watch it all the time.
I know. No, it's a sex comedy, Janet. It's a sex comedy. So
well, this is what I was trying to explain
have
earlier. Like,
Yeah.
Jed, we should take a second to explain this to people. Janet from Another Planet, is it a porn? Well, let me
No.
explain. In the
Yeah, go
70s
ahead.
and 80s,
No.
it kind of was. So we had these like C and D rated movies that you would get on VHS. They were in the regular section of the video store, and they were extremely cheaply made. And
Mhm.
a lot of them either turned really sexy or they turned really violent. And the really sexy ones are like totally hysterical because it's the most awkward soft core porn you will ever see. It's hysterical. Or if they went violent, they would go hyper violent, like really psychotic, like heads spinning on a fan.
Yeah, Chop and Maul is
gore.
awesome, Iron Caster. Chop and Maul is awesome.
So this went on in the 70s and the 80s if we grew up with it. So if you went to the drive-in, there would be the feature, and that would be like a real Hollywood movie. But normally, before and after, this would come on.
Yeah.
There's just some of them are really, really bad, and some of them are really, really fun. And this one looks like it's fun. But
Dude, Raquel, you can get
not
this.
Hollywood, folks. It's
Yeah,
not
but
Hollywood.
it's I love it because it was like, okay, so I have two more. Okay, because I'm putting some lesser known movies out because I have a huge movie knowledge. Okay.
You said movie knowledge. I'm surprised you say I have a huge something else.
Okay. I don't know if anybody's seen this one.
Okay.
Mike, can you put in Private Resort?
I doubt it. I can't spell it. Sorry.
T-I-Q. Wait. We didn't look at the blonde with the red top on her, Mike.
Jesus Christ.
Whoa.
You watched this too?
Wow.
Yeah, well, this
Those
one
are
was a
knockers.
comedy. It's another sex comedy.
Johnny
from the
Depp
80s.
This
was Johnny Depp. I think this was Johnny Depp's first movie. I don't remember right, but
so bad.
It had Rob. This was Rob Marrow's first. This was when Johnny Depp was like 22, and they were trying to come over there to the thing, and it was. I was just cracking up with this one, and it was there's. Of all places, it takes place in Florida, so Nick will like this one. Okay, they stay in Florida. Yeah, so they were trying to get girls. Okay, and Leslie Easterbrook from Police Academy's buck ass nude in this movie too.
Yeah.
So, but these two guys were trying to score with some chicks, and their parents went to a private resort. And the only way they could get in was if they had family or some other family go there. So they get to go there with their family and with his little nosy sister that she tries to get in all his. So these two guys get in like hijinks throughout the whole movie. And, it's like how Revenge of the Nerds and all the others, it starts out, we got to go get some girls. And then they go through some really shit. And then at the, how the formula went. And then by the end they got the girls.
So the tie-in for this being geeky, folks, is like I said, I keep saying it, but I'm going to say it again. Is that sort of red letter media? So a lot of film people look at these old 70s and 80s B, C, and even D-rated films, and they talk about filming. They talk about how to save money. They talk about how these films were developed, the type of budgets they had. So anyway, I
got one more.
Okay.
Okay.
Welcome,
and
Raymond.
This one's from the night. This one.
Hey, Raymond.
Hey, Raymond. This one's from the 90s. Okay.
From the 90s. I'm typing it now. From the 90s.
No.
I've never heard of that film.
This one's called Stay Tuned. I don't know if anybody's ever seen
I've
this
heard
one.
of that one.
There it is, From the 90s. Oh, yeah, it was about the 90s. This is
Stay
cool.
tuned.
I
No,
don't
wait,
remember this
click on
movie.
the Spice Girls. Click on that Spice
No.
Girls.
No.
Yes, please.
No.
I
Put
think that's
Stay
what
Tuned
about
up there,
animated
Mike.
anyway.
Just once.
Oh, I
Just
thought-
once. Look. Oh, there's Kelly Kapowski. Click on that one instead.
Tell you what
I
about
thought you were
animated
talking about a
anyway.
movie called...
I'm sharing my shit right here. You know, everybody else got to share their shit. You know.
They all
You're talking
died.
I really did think you were talking about a movie called From the 90s.
Yeah, I remember Stay Tuned.
No, dude.
said
When I
Yeah,
saw
wait a
this,
minute.
and
I
it
remember,
has.
yeah. I remember this.
It has.
It was about a film about a test pattern, see?
Oh, not the images. The
Bye,
oh,
Dead Man.
You gotta,
Thank you for
Bye,
It
Dead
needs
Man.
more.
What's up, really?
Take it easy,
Overnight
man.
delivery is a good one too.
Did anyone else
Hey.
notice the picture of Kelly Kapowski and
You
underneath
need
her it had
Stay
a bottle of
Tuned
lotion?
movie, Mike, right there. Stay
I
Tuned
found
movie.
it, man.
No one else noticed that?
I remember this.
So this one has Pam
I
Dover.
love this one.
Yeah, and they go through.
They get sucked into
UHF
the
is awesome
Yes. I
too.
forgot
And
about
Jeffrey
I
Jones
remember
is
this
in it as the devil's helper. Okay, he's not the big boss, but he's kind of high up. And
Oh
then
my god, I can remember.
they get stuck, and the guy he's a devil's helper. He's like the guy below the devil, and so he goes around selling this cable blocks that have 666 channels.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the way to get people stuck in there is they got to turn it on and watch something, and then they all get teleported in because they sell their souls when they buy the channel. Whoever got it gets teleported into the TV. Okay, so it's like all like they had a takeoff like down there in the corner of Wayne's World, and Chuck Jones did a cartoon just for this movie too.
He did.
He did a personal cartoon for this movie.
It was great.
Before he passed away. There was a Western part, there was a ton of stuff. They had a video that was in there that was from Salt and Pepper, and they did a whole song in it, and it was just there was tons of just awesome 90s and 80s stuff in there. They did a satanic version of Wayne's World in that one picture right there. They're like Satan's World, yeah, you know, and then they got 3 men and a little lady where the baby barfs up at them and stuff. It's just
3 men and Rosemary's Baby.
So basically a film that my Irish grandmother would
Rosemary's Baby right there. 3 men and Rosemary's Baby.
My Catholic Irish grand would have just loved
Do you see
this,
that
right?
where it's this Spinkler boy on them too? Where they
Hey, look, it's on Blu-ray. There you go.
I
Yeah,
want
it
to
is.
see this. I want to see this.
Like this is one of my favorite ones. So yeah. So yeah, that's one of my. I even have more,
worth it.
but
It's worth watching. No, I'm giving you total props. I totally forgot what's there, and now I'm remembering.
Yeah.
It is really worth watching.
Yeah.
I rewatched this so much as a kid. Like it's
yeah,
great.
I destroyed my tape. I had to get another copy. I destroyed it so much that my parents had to get me another copy of this because I watched it. So I broke the tape. I watched it so much.
I bet you did.
So
Yes.
that just like that in Howard the Duck, where I broke the tape on it. You know.
I wonder why you broke the tape on Howard the Duck. What scene was it? Was it right as she was bending over?
Oh,
the bed?
Ducky!
Rewind, pause, rewind, pause,
Yeah, I know.
rewind, pause. And all you see is the tape's perfectly fine except for that
I'm
10
scared.
seconds.
Yeah. Oh, I know tons of other movies. Like,
What about
I don't
Cool
know.
World?
Cool World was awesome because
You like
that
Cool
had,
World? I thought it was a
Yeah,
disappointment when I saw it. in the
Yeah.
theater.
Oh my God!
you know,
Yeah, it was
another
pretty
crazy movie that I don't know a lot of people nowadays have seen. Some have and some haven't. Was Barbarella.
Yep, I love
Yeah.
that. I love it. Yep.
Well,
yep.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Barbarella
I've
was
seen
like,
that a long time ago. Have not
When I'm-
really seen it since.
yeah, that was
When,
before Jane Fonda went all just, you know. everybody kind of liked her, even though she was nuts as fuck.
It opened up with her naked against almost see-through plastic. No one forgets Barbarella.
Yeah, like, and you're like, I actually was, they put Barbarella back in the movie theaters in like 1980. So my parents took me to see. I was like, "You're taking me to see?" Because I heard from my grandparents that they didn't want me to go see it. Well, my mom snuck and took me to see it. I was like, "Are you sure? You don't want me to, like, you know?" But yeah, look at that. Chuck Jones did an own animated sequence for it.
That's right.
You know,
he did.
and it was the only time that he actually did some, you know, like the personal cartoon stuff that wasn't Looney Tunes. You know, and it had him and everybody, and they even had the kids in it too. Look, see kids and everything. I love wacky movies.
Right,
you know?
I do too.
So, and there's so many more I could just say. Like,
That's true.
I am a, like, a regurgitation of, like, you know, just bad movies and other stuff.
Bad. Don't call Stay Tuned bad.
No, it's a bad good movie. You know, you want okay.
How dare you?
You want to hear a funny one, and this one's on Riffrax too. Was it Never Surrender? Never Give Up, Never Surrender, or something. What was that? I don't remember.
Galaxy Quest.
No, it was the one that they had the fake Bruce Lee in it, and they were so cheap because they couldn't get him. The guy looked nothing like Bruce Lee.
That sounds like the new Master of Kung Fu movie.
Yeah, dude, I just have all these like movies because that's what I grew up watching, and then because that's where I got all my imagination and all this, like seeing all this stuff and like going to Rocky Horror every Saturday night too. Oh, wait, there's one more. I gotta say this.
Where is it?
Okay, Mark, can you put in shock treatment, please? I mean, Mike, can you put?
What have I been telling you about shock treatment, dude?
Yeah, Mike hates shock treatment. Yeah, he hates shock treatment.
The only shock treatment right now is actually Clobberin going, "Why am I doing this? I'm getting shocked."
I'm just kidding him. I have nothing against it.
Yeah. Shock treatment film.
I mean, Rocky Horror is tough enough to sit through, but at least it's fun.
This is the sequel to Rocky Horror Picture Show, and it has Brad and Janet in it, in a place called Dentonville. That's the reason why I made a joke to Janet earlier. I was like, "Did you come from some place named Dentonville?"
Janet.
So, and it's written by the same. It's written by the same people that actually did Rocky Horror. So, but it has, dude. I love it to death. So this is one of my other, but it's how you know how Rocky Horror was like that way, but this is totally like, how would you say, it's like game showy and TV showy. They went the game show route in like fake TV show route, but they sing throughout the whole way through it too, just like in Rocky Horror. So they have some. And, okay. I got one more. You got it. Okay.
Don't worry. So this will be the second one. More,
okay. Yeah. Okay. There's another one.
Okay.
Phantom of the Paradise. Can you put that one in, Mike, please?
Phantom of the Paradise. Everyone knows that one, right?
No,
I do not. I do not.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, that had Williams in it. That one was
usually you get Phantom of the Opera. No one really remembers Phantom of the Paradise.
Phantom of the Paradise. And the same chick that was in
that movie scared me. I had to shut it off.
The same woman that was in Shock Treatment was in Phantom of the Paradise, and she sang in both movies.
Yeah, that's a weird. That is a weird movie.
Yeah, you saw this one?
We had someone with that avatar last night or whatever. One night on the show popped in.
And I actually have the T-shirt and a poster from this one.
Yeah, that's creepy and weird.
I like the poster.
It is creepy.
When did this film come out?
Just like in Phantom of the Opera, he made a deal with the devil, but he wanted to be the world's greatest singer. He sold his soul for rock and roll. And then it just like turned it up and screwed him. Because he loved the chick that was in the movie. Yeah, and Paul Williams was in it too. Like,
yes, he was. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Early
I
70s.
watched it when I was a kid, and I just walked away from it. It was just too weird, and it scared the hell out of me. I thought it was really like creepy, evil, kind of weird, and I didn't like it.
Iron. It's a combination of Faust and Phantom of the Opera with rock horror vibe, just like Rocky Horror was.
I never
and they
sat through
sing.
it, but I've heard of it. Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
there's only one movie I think is even weirder than this one, and it's I Will Fear No Evil, and I think it came out at around the same time, and it's just that kind of stuff.
Well,
just-
wait. She just told. I gotta tip my hand on this one. So, I know you said one. Put the apple in there, Mike. Since we're doing the rock operas and shit, can you put the apple in there?
The apple? Did you say?
The Apple film.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. I watch all these on Riff Tracks and Rocky Horror, so you know. So I know all these like weird films.
Jed, can I ask you a serious question?
It was a pretty good episode. You know, when Kirk
the apple, not Star Trek.
Oh, I thought you meant Star Trek. The apple.
No, he said at the Adam's apple. That's what he said. The Adam's apple.
Oh,
the apple.
I just when I think the apple, you know, I think of that episode of Star Trek. I'm sorry,
but yeah, can you just put the apple in? The movie was they were so scared that the movie was not going to do good that they gave you the soundtrack to the movie when you went to go see the movie.
Oh my goodness!
What?
Yeah, they were so scared that and it's a total mind fuck, like literally.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Whoa!
Can you zoom in on all those dancers behind Bruce Jenner,
the
please?
Power of Rock and Roll, and dude, they have some of the same people. Like this is it will screw you. That guy, and it's about Adam and Eve in the Bible, but it's in a rock opera thing where one person goes, and then there's these. It just blows your mind, but it's really bad. But it's because I go hang out in the Riff Tracks channel on Twitch and stuff, and they have the apple on there. Whenever the apple comes up on there, everybody complains, but then everybody watches it again because it's so bad, and we just make fun of it. That's where I've seen a lot of these, and but I remember my parents went to go see this when I was younger, and they gave you the cassette. They gave you it was a cassette, I think, and then because they were too cheap to do albums and stuff, because they gave you a cassette as you walked out. So and George Clinton did the lyrics for this movie, and he supervised it, everything. There were some big names in this movie. They thought this movie was just blow people's mind.
And then history played out.
Yeah, my mom was a Wiccan, so she let me do whatever the hell I wanted. So No. Put my great aunt up there.
Doggy.
No, put my great aunt up there. Hey, put Irene Ryan up there.
Food up from the ground, come a bubbling crude.
Say goodbye to Jed and all his kin.
Yeah. Hey, put Irene Ryan up there because
she is right there.
Yeah, that was my great aunt, his granny. What? And she was that's my great aunt. I never got to meet her because she died a few years before I was born.
Were you born in a cement pond?
She serves some nice victuals every night.
Yeah.
Dude, do you mean to tell us you're sitting on an oil
the amount of
fortune right
makeup, the amount of makeup and stuff they put on her, because she was a really beautiful. They tried to de-age her all the time. So it was just, and she was one of the most hilarious comics ever. Okay, she was a comedian too. On top of that, so that's my great aunt right there. Look the difference between those pictures. That's my great aunt. She was a beautiful woman. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Well done. She was also a comedic genius, apparently.
Yeah, she was. Yeah.
No, she was really funny. She was funny on that show. You know, when they did a reunion show like in the 80s, she'd already passed, and Max Bear Jr. was on it. The two funniest characters, Granny and Jethro, were on there.
So yeah, I never got to meet her, but my parents and my grandparents would always talk about her, you know. And then, you know, I've had the Jed name forever because I was like, I love the Beverly Hillbillies, so sometimes they called me Jed every now and then, you know. And I was like, and then they told me, well, that's your grand aunt Irene. I was like, really? I was like, yeah. So kind of a little bit where I got it, but the reason why I have the name Jed is because like 25, 30 years ago when I was trying to pick out a name for the internet, I put Jedi on there. I was like, I don't want to put Jedi on there because it's going to look weird. So I just took the I off Jedi and had Jed. That's how I got one reason. I was like, that works because I always got called Jed anyway, like all the way over. So, you know.
Yeah. Ironcaster mentioned, thank you, that yes, it is. This would be anyway if they were still with us, and still is the birthdays of the great Christopher Lee and Vincent Price. Wow.
R.I.P. to both of them.
Legends. Here's a cool thing. Vincent Price's grandson lives where I live, and I got to hang with Vincent Price a lot when he was around, because he lived out here at Third Point. So before he passed away, I got to hang out with Vincent Price. He was hilarious and dirty as hell. He was hilarious.
Ooh, what dirty stories you have?
Oh, I got dirty stories, but none of them I can
You
tell
have
on
a dirty
YouTube.
movie list.
I can tell on YouTube.
I'm afraid.
But he was a comedian genius. And everybody's like, "What are you doing?" Like he was hilarious. Like so you know, it's just I'm all over, and it's just, you know, so. That's all my stuff. I have tons more stuff, but I don't want to bore you guys. So.
You're not boring.
That's not boring me, bro. What are you talking about? We're listening.
Not boring.
Keep going.
Hey, Raymond. What's up, bud?
Hey, Raymond.
How you doing, Clobby?
All right, man. I know
Hey,
it's
doing, Raymond?
Short
Yeah,
notice
pretty
there.
good,
You
pretty
got
good.
something to recommend that's older, that's a little more obscure or whatever?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, he does, Pat, and I know who has that collection too.
Who?
The only one, well, the only one that I really liked was Cool World. I mean, even I like Bakshi's art.
Yeah.
And
Fritz the cat.
Go on.
Come on, I want more. Show me.
I'll give you more.
Okay, I've been waiting here for a while now. It's getting awkward.
Unwrap that Twinkie. I got a Slim Jim waiting.
I got a little something for this Twinkie over here.
You hear that? That's the cream filling already getting warm.
That's the stuff.
I just had a meat stick just now. And I thought, oh boy, I'm getting on.
Can somebody clip that?
So does anyone go to the
Chili
grocery store and not look at
Chili
Twinkies the same way now?
Oh, never.
Oh, I've seen people do dirtier things with Twinkies than Nick's done.
Oh man!
Yeah.
What are you watching?
You weren't supposed to tell us stories about Vincent Price.
No, it wasn't Vincent Price. No, it wasn't Vincent. It wasn't Vincent. It was somebody else that I know. But I can't tell him on air because
What are you watching?
No, it wasn't what I was watching. I actually witnessed it at a party one
So
time.
you're still, oh man, you got some amazing fantasies that come to life.
It happened.
you know those fantasies where they come through the window and stuff, like
no, it's like
dear
Penthouse Forum.
No, it's like VHSs that he watches and weird stuff with Vincent Price just hovering and surrounding him in his bed.
But yeah, no, it's funny because I don't really I have all this stuff in my head, but I don't really share it that much because before when I've told people this, they're like, "Oh, you're full of shit." I was like,
someone's
oh,
landline
whatever.
went off.
Yeah,
That's
Retro, is that
Vincent
yours? Yeah, I wish.
Oh man. Bro.
He was generally fun to hang out with because he was generally fun to hang out with because he goes. He even quizzed me on like some of the stuff and he's like, I saw this and this and this and this, and he's like, so what did I have on in that? And he's like, well, I had that on, but and then like I said, his grandson years later, after what was it? And somebody else said he had the biggest art collection. I know where that art collection went. So, but I'm not allowed to. It's I can't. They didn't want to be known, so I just.
You make me want to know.
He's got the NDA, huh?
Yeah, there's some things that I just can't say.
There you go, Raymond. You like that movie, huh?
Nice.
Yeah, Cool World was Holly. Dude, Holly was awesome. I liked her. But I did like Jessica Rabbit more than Holly, though.
Yeah.
Jessica Rabbit's like, a 10. Holly.
That's a 10 billion times better film than
Yeah.
Cool World.
Yeah, Holly would be a 9, I think. Jessica would be a 10,
Yeah. I got another one from Ash. Ash, what you got there, buddy?
It was a show from my childhood. It ran from about 2006 to 2011, and it only had like 2 seasons, and everyone was so annoyed because after the second season was such a cliffhanger.
What would that be?
It was called Galactic Football. I mean, if you want to bring it up on Google Images, you can. And like the whole concept. And by the way, for those Americans out there, for this context, when I say football, I'm referring to what you would call soccer. So
you said the S word. Fuck's sake.
Only you're pissed off by it. I'm fine. I don't mind saying it because I know a lot of Americans would say football. Oh, that's American football. Anyway, semantics. The whole premise of it was like a sci-fi-ish show, and there was like yes,
okay,
yeah, this is the right show. So there was like a bunch of different races, and there was this thing called the breath, and there's like this like energy, like chi like energy that would come from the individual, but it was too powerful. So the only way they could regulate it but for people to still use it is in the context of football. So the characters would like kick the ball up in the air, harness the power of the breath, and then like do like a super powered kick with like the ball would be like glowing in the color of whatever the race's breath color was. And there's like super animated like stuff. So if you just type in a breath at the end of Galactic Football and you'd be able to see that.
Breath? Did you say?
Breath, yeah.
Breast?
Okay.
Galactic Football was cool, Ash, though.
Yeah,
I don't watch that.
It was one of my favorite shows. So you'd be able to. So if you just click on any of the images, so you can see like the humans that their breath was blue, and the black one, their one was like an artificially. So if you think of like the regular blue breath as like positive breath, and the black one was like an anti-breath.
No brown breath.
No.
Darn.
And that's racist, Nick.
I wasn't thinking of that. I was thinking of something shittier. But
no. You see the different characters using, and they play in like different positions, and then the strikers at the front would get the ball, try and get the ball into the net, and like you had the regular standard squad, defenders, midfield, left wing, right wing, that kind of thing, centre back, goalkeeper, whatever. And then the funny thing was, one of the goalkeepers, he would sleep. He'd have like instant like a sleeping issue. So every now and then he'd just drop and fall asleep, which was funny because everyone's like, "Oh, wake up, wake up!"
Yeah, they would go and slap him in the face sometimes. Yeah, like, wake up, come on. We need you right now.
Yeah, and like there was also like so the people that were how would you say, like the state, they wanted a stake in this, so they created robots that try to obviously didn't have the breath, but they created robots to try and compete with them, to have a team within the Galactic Football Cup. and it was really cool because in like the second season, there was like a shadow galactic football thing where they were secretly harnessing the breath from like the players that played in this like little shadow cup in the second season, and they infused the robots with that, but no one knew it was happening till like the last minute. And like it's actually a really cool evolving storyline. Like not many people know it. Even when I talk to my own generation, not many people know it because it is very obscure. But it was so cool. I mean, it was on a TV channel called Jetix, which was bought by Disney. But on Jetix, we had this show. We had a bunch of the original Power Rangers, like Mystic Force, Dino Thunder, SPD, the good shows before they got rebranded and fucked up. And yeah, it was just like the coolest shit ever. Like you just see these characters like kicking ball to ball, and like they could use the breath in training purposes for football as well. And then like there was an incident in the middle of the second season where one of the characters was with his girlfriend, and she falls off a ledge. And the only way the guy could save her was he had to use the breath, to the power of the breath to save her. But because the breath is regulated to only football, he was suspended from the team. And then he joined the shadow, the shadow tournament underground, and well, the only rule was there's no rules. So it'd be like 2 players in this little box, and there'd be obstacles coming out of the walls and stuff like that. They could essentially beat each other senseless, and the object was you had to kick the ball into like a different, like into a hole on the opposite side, the opponent's side of the wall. So you had to do all the positions like strike, defend, that kind of thing. Pod racing, don't even get me started on the offside rule. Jeez, even I don't understand it. So. Oh god, it's ridiculous. Anyway, yeah. So again, it's a cool show, and very obscure. I did find it on YouTube years later, and like I watched it. I was like towards the end of high school, and I was watching it. And my parents were like, "What the hell's this animated show we were watching? I thought it was made for kids." And I was like, "Oh, mom, dad, I used to watch this as a kid. It's one of my favorite shows." And then they just shake their head and walked away. But yeah, it was great. So. That's one to keep an eye on.
Excellent.
I'm getting a yellow card for this.
Yellow card, Ash.
Well done. Excellent. No, always learning about new stuff, man. That's excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get to that one you got marked in a second.
Sure.
What you got? I know you got some Trek stuff for us.
Sure. Yep. So Raquel will probably like this too. Yep. So back in the day when we had, I'll show my.
We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah. Or you got to go to. Let me know. Yep.
Yeah. We'll get to it in a second. Because Raymond had something.
This one is a great anime. You
say I'm getting in trouble for this one too.
Yeah. No. Just be careful what pictures you show. Okay. That's all. Just be careful.
Why?
Because they show tits and ass in this.
Why are there boobies?
Not on that.
Yeah, there's boobies and stuff.
Maybe this one.
I don't want him. Wait. I don't want him getting kicked off. I don't want him getting
maybe
kicked.
This one that Raymond's showing, maybe, but not the one Ash was talking about.
No, this one that you have.
Judy, look at the one at the bottom left. For F's sake, look at that one. I've seen this. I know how it gets.
I've seen all Kill la Kill.
No, Jen, but you said that before. You said it when I was on what Ash had.
Some of this.
No, this one, not this one. Kill la Kill.
Raquel, I'll put it this way: the suit she's wearing right there, the really revealing one, it talks.
Yeah, but she just has little mamma jammas. You know, that for those of us that have larger mamma jammas.
I found something obscure quickly that it just came up. It's right there for you, Clobberin. Care of Ironcaster and Nick Weiser.
What did you say, Jen?
At the bottom.
Wait a minute, Jen. I read you now, but I'm talking about before. You said that before. I put that up there when I was doing the Ash's stuff. You didn't say Kill la Kill. You said be careful. And why? This
I know.
Ash got us stuff.
No, not Ash's. Kill la Kill. Just
I hear you now. But
the show I mentioned was made for kids, so
yeah, that was made for kids.
Worried if there was something like Kill la Kill in
Kill la Kill was made for not kids. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right, but you didn't specify that. You
I'm
just said be
surrounded
careful.
by
I said, what do you mean?
sexist pigs. What the hell?
I just don't want, dude. Yeah, I just don't want you to get back. I know,
So
but
how is that?
you
You're
know,
not hearing
they
me.
may
Wait a
have
minute.
naked yoga up
Right.
on YouTube, but you know, they
Right.
will. If you have a boob up, they're like, "Oh my
Wait,
god!"
wait.
You know.
You're not hearing me. I know what you're saying, but you were saying that without saying kill a kill. So
Sorry,
I'm
sorry.
I had Jed's thing up there, and I'm like, Esther's thing up there, and I'm like, what? So I didn't know what you were talking about till I popped that up
I'm
on
sorry,
the screen.
brother.
You
Yeah.
could have said, watch out for kill a kill, then I would know what you meant.
Is that on
Anyway.
Netflix or?
Yes.
You can get the uncensored version.
Oh, there's an uncensored version.
Yeah, there's an uncensored version.
I'm just want to have the PG-13 version. You know.
Oh, no,
you want the
That's not
soy
too
version?
That's on Netflix. I guess the regular version. Then there's another version. Yeah.
There's an uncensored version. Then there's a soy version. So.
Like Caligula had the original version, and then they added all the scenes after, and had the other version. Is that what we're getting at?
Pretty much that. Neon Extasia, great to see you. Welcome, Neon.
Funny.
Welcome, Neon.
I love Mark so much.
It's good to see you. So, Mark, what's up, bud? What you
Oh
got?
yeah,
Who's
I'm
got-
glad I had a
Hey.
work meeting. So, but I had the chat on a little bit. I saw some of the cool stuff. So, Retro had some really cool old machines. I'm going to show like some couple of quick DOS games that I love to play with Star Trek. And then here's let me share my camera. So this
Hey, Mark,
is
did you hear all the movies I was doing?
No, I didn't. I
Ooh,
missed.
what's that?
So this is actually. Let me turn this guy on.
The Radio Shack is up.
Yep. So this is actually. Let's
my.
see. Where's the power? How do you turn this on? Yep.
That's ancient.
Yeah. Here we go. Let's see. It just booted up. So check that out. So the OS loaded. So this was actually the last computer that Bill Gates worked on that he actually wrote code for. So this is I have the Tandy Model 100 and 102. This is
That was expensive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was.
This is very
super
expensive.
Yeah.
And the keyboard is super nice. It's got like a really nice keyboard. And
What is going on? What's on my screen?
Oh, that's wrong. That is
Equalizer special.
so wrong.
What is happening
Something
there?
obscure. I had to add something.
That is wrong.
I just had to pop out. I get back and this is on the screen.
baby.
What the hell is going on?
I don't know.
Raquel,
You know you want it.
After you left. This all happened after you left.
I'll be the hostess. Yeah.
Did Jed just say you know you want it? Yeah, whenever I'm on air, just throw all your hot dogs at me. Jed!
Does it have to? Is it chicken dogs or can we use normal hot dogs?
Anyways, Mark.
well, that's going to be tough to compete with. Yeah, this is a really look at how sexy this computer is. Oh my God! I mean, imagine that back in the '80s. So. Look at the tactile feel on that keyboard.
I love the keyboard that was on that one because it feels so good on your hands.
It's a great gig. And
big board.
See the telecom that it's on now. You could actually do hook up an old RS-232 modem, and for years actually people in the press actually used this computer. So I was in the Yankees game in the '90s, and someone was still using this computer. So what it had was you just picture this on your lap, and back then laptops were huge and really tough to handle. So this works on 4 AA batteries. So I'll show in the back here.
And it blows through so quickly, you have no idea.
Mark, oh damn.
Yeah.
So 4 AA batteries. So people in the press would use this on the road all the time, and they would hook up with an old-fashioned telephone and hook up to the modem and send their stories in, just the text of the story. So it's a really classic, and I just love the old retro, computers.
Expensive.
Well, now you can get these on eBay for cheap, but yeah, back in the day, these were
nobody could afford
they
that. Maybe
were
the radio station.
expensive.
And there's no, no internet here, and it's all text stuff, and it had, this is the mouse here. You're pushing the button to send the mouse over, and then you press the enter key, and I can go into the basic, or here if I go into the text program, I can actually type on this thing, file to edit, so the tape recorder that you would hook up.
Lord
So-
Thoth, what's up, buddy? Avon lives.
Lord Thoth.
All right,
Long
I'll-
live the
Long
Legion.
live the Legion.
He says, I want the censored version of the Global Geek Gang.
I have to pop out for 30 seconds, and I'll be right back. And I got some
All
Star
right,
Trek
buddy.
stuff to show. Hold on
Okay.
one second.
Ooh, more boys.
Thanks. Yeah.
That'll get Ironcaster enough to do another meme. So
Yep. Well,
30
LT and I are happy that we don't have to look at the geriatric beef stick. And
I'm sorry.
What's wrong with the picture?
Are you saying retro?
Anything against
That's retro.
Yep.
Snortopoopas, it's a big wiener.
I trust in Fat Steven, and I got burned.
Pardon?
You ready, man?
I'd just like to say I'm not affiliated with people who don't like Twinkies stuck with spoons in. I am Mark D. C with a D. I can't even spell anymore. I can't. I just get called Mark with a D. That's what I'm gonna say.
Oh no! Don't do that.
So
Hey, Pat S., you can watch Black Bible. That would be an awesome
It's
anime.
Bible Black.
Oh, Bible Black. I fucked that joke up. Yeah.
So let me.
So many F-bombs today.
Wow.
You guys have some pent-up aggression. Would you like to go into the backyard and beat the crap out of each other?
We're
quotes, air
toxic
quotes.
males, okay?
Air quotes with the aggression part.
All right, Mark, show us
Mark,
your
go
toy.
for it.
Here, I shared my screen. If you could share that, Mike.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All
Thank
right,
you. Yep.
come on.
This
Your
is
big boy.
old school retro. I love this too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, let's have a look. Go on.
So,
Oh, yeah.
so back in the day, before we had graphics, this was our Star Trek games that we played.
I remember that.
Yeah.
A shell-based interface.
Yeah, so I played
Dude,
this
I used
forever.
to play that all the time.
Is this the
dude.
Telnet game?
Of course you did.
Yeah.
It
No, I
started
did.
as-
I did in school.
It started as
When I was in
Telnet,
school, yeah.
Yeah.
and then so
You went
I mean,
to school?
Oh, fuck that.
I don't know if Raquel's ever played
Deserve
this.
that one.
But this
How
is
come I remember this being on the big floppy and then the little floppy?
yeah. So
Wasn't
so
this on the little floppy?
well, it started on mainframes, and then it went
Yeah.
went through all
5
different
1/4,
iterations.
then 3 1/2.
Yeah.
Today's
But they were
show-
always floppy.
Did you see what Chris said?
So you can actually down.
What did Chris say? Where's Chris?
Butt
Today's
crack
show was
media.
proudly brought to you by Jed in the letter F.
I love you, Chris. I love Chris.
Good one, brother. Mr. Butt Crack Media. Hello.
More great names.
It's all those toxic male movies I like, you know?
Yeah. So you can actually still download this game here, and they have a version
Oh,
that works for Mac OS and for Windows. So I got to try it. And
Dude,
'cause
you just put your IP address up there, brother.
I did, yeah. I didn't think I
Yeah.
did.
You just put that. Yeah, go down.
Did you?
No, don't show it again.
No,
Yeah. I was
Can you
telling
show
you to
your-
go up. So
No,
it's
go
Your
up,
credit
go
card
up,
number,
go up.
please,
That's
in the
okay,
back
yeah.
of it.
Should have told him
Yeah.
that in the private chat.
Yeah, that's okay. So yeah,
We all
if someone
do, you know.
tracks me down at work, yep. So they can come steal the CNC machine with a truck, yep. So
You
yeah,
have about 3 AK-47s.
yeah. But yeah, and we got Worf is overlooking the shop too. So but yeah,
So Mark, how come I remember playing that on the Apple IIe, but I remember it being on the smaller floppy? I don't remember that as Commodore.
well,
Why?
maybe it would have been a Mac, but this game was ported everywhere. So I mean, and so it wasn't technically Star Trek, but it became Star Trek.
Yeah,
and that was before they cared about protecting the IP like that, and it was actually great publicity for Star Trek too, because then everyone was playing it. So it's a really fun game. So what you do, you go through here's the different coordinates, and then you would
I
go,
remember the coordinate part of it.
Yeah, you'd go to a sector, and then you'd have to fight, and it was all graphic. It was graphics, but with ASCII characters. And later versions, like the Super Star Trek version, they started to add like primitive graphics, or like what would happen here would like your shield would go off, and it would like kind of flash, and there was a lot of using your own imagination, but it was just a fun. I played it for hours and hours and hours. So
that one you have it on the gray one. I played it on that one in school when I was in school.
Yeah, so it was a lot.
That's
lot
where
of fun.
I played it because, of course, there's no way that my family could have afforded an Apple IIe in 1982. I think 82, 83. Yep. Oh no, maybe 81. Anyway, there's no way we could have afforded that. So yeah, there was actually a broom closet where they kept the computer at our school, and we used to play it in the broom closet at the school. They converted a broom closet into a computer room.
Hey, you kids, what you doing in that broom closet?
Playing Star Trek, yeah.
Well, you had to have special permission, so you had to sign into the room and sign out of the room, and only one person was allowed in there at a time. And you had to have special computer training, where not to touch the disc, where you could touch the disc, and how to boot up, and how to navigate DOS, and the good old Apple IIe. That's a very long time ago, sir.
Well, I have one up in actually my shop up in my computer room up here. So yeah, I still have one that works. Yep. But that's how everyone got introduced to computer. Most people, I would say, at school, they had, if you couldn't afford one at home, you had one at school.
Yeah.
So this game is one of my all-time favorite games. I don't know if anyone in the chat has heard of this or remembers this, but this was Starflight, and it was basically Star Trek, really. So you had a space exploration, combat, and role playing. Yeah. And you would travel through the universe, and of course you had the crew, and of course I named my crew after Kirk, Spock, Uhura, Scotty. And you had characters you could level up, but there was a fantastic story in the game, and the galaxy was going to end unless you could go exploring on different planets or different alien ruins, and you could travel to each planet and would actually randomly generate the world. And this game was on two 360K floppies. So and then you had to go mining on the game, and then like certain planets had different materials, or that's the updated version.
This was basically No Man's Sky before No Man's Sky.
I would say it was actually this is No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky before No Man's Sky came out. And I've heard rumors about this that how he got the idea from this was playing this game too. So
I'll play the trailer, so let's check out those graphics.
This is that 8-bit. This is that 8-bit goodness.
This is the 8-bit. I'm trying to get the volume down.
Back when EA used to make good games,
Retro Dicky, it is, isn't it?
8-bit goodness there.
It is. Good. I love it.
But this is skip through this. But so this is the trade hub, and this was actually
EGA graphics.
EGA. Look at that, 16 colors. I mean, that's unbelievable. 16 colors.
State of the art.
Operation. Hey, he looks like a little ET. Let's not forget that.
Yeah. So you had your different characteristics. Of course, Captain Kirk was my captain, of course, and you had so it was role playing in that way where you could you had different characters. Look, science officer, navigator, engineer, communications, doctor. Yeah, guess how we named the crew, right? And then you had different species were better at certain things. And let's just get to here's your ship, and you had missiles and lasers. You could upgrade everything, so you kept it's this classic keep playing and keep playing till you can upgrade. And now I've got shielding. Not like and the NX-01 didn't have shielding. To start with, yep. So, and then you could, buy and sell, go to the markets. You're right, Judd. Yeah, No Man's Sky.
Yeah, it literally is. It.
And then you would mine things on the planet. So you'd mine aluminum, and then you go back to the spaceport, and you'd have to sell what you got in the spaceport. And then this is your shields. Good. And I'm remembering this, and you can actually play this game buy this game on Steam, I think, still, and GOG. Wow. So I just go through quick, but then you'd go you'd navigate and you'd go through the galaxy, and you had to
that's a beauty there.
And you had a notebook, and you had to write down each planet, and there's a whole story about what you're trying to solve something and save the galaxy. And when you get to the end, you find, you know,
Yeah.
if you do it right, if you screw up, the galaxy explodes, and the
Yeah,
game's
and if
over.
you would always, when you're shooting things too, you would run out of energy sometimes, and that would screw you. You were literally screwed in space, like.
Yeah, you get
So-
damage, and then you
you get that because you had to make sure to balance the phasers and all that other stuff, the little two right there. And
Yep.
if you were you literally, it would just, and you would have to start the game all the way over, kind of like Oregon Trail. You screw up one time on there, and fuck, man, like just you're gone. You got Dipper Theory, yeah. They're like, you got to go all the way back to the beginning, you know.
Pat S is on fire in the chat. He says, Raquel, too bad you didn't live in New Orleans. They fell out of trucks all the time here. And then he says, transparent aluminum. I love you, Pat S.
Hello, computer.
Hello, computer. Would you like to know, computer?
Oh, I remember this game.
Raymond remembers this, yeah. So you were about, the
dude.
So
I
this
love
game. This game is one of the classic old games, and this is also still on Steam and GOG. I'll put the links in. But Sid Meier, who's famous for Civilization,
Yeah, so they are locked ZX Spectrum. There you go.
Yeah,
There it is.
I think I have a video of it playing. Let's see. Well, here's the link of where you can
so
buy
much
it.
about Retro Dicky today. He did more talking on this stream than I think I've ever heard him speak. And it's just terrific because I now realize he's a gigantic nerd. I love him.
Yeah, he's a huge nerd.
Yeah.
I'm a computer engineer.
You're a nerd.
I am a massive nerd.
I love you.
What do you think he's my second in command for? Like, he's my right hand man, man. And then Mark's like in there too. Like, so we're all big nerds. We do nerdy stuff.
Nerds unite. Yeah.
Nerds assemble.
Nerds assemble.
So this was Retro. You and Raymond, you remember this game? But what was fun about it was kind of almost like a submarine in the air. I kind of think about it because you're trying to use the stealth fighter, and you had all these missions. And Sid Meier is so amazing. It's so many great missions you had to figure out. And look at these graphics, how incredible they are.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark, when I was younger, I had a friend that had a computer store. It was right next to the grocery store, and I would go. He knew me, and I would go in there all the time, and I would talk about the computers and everything else. He would let me play whatever games I wanted, and I played F-19 Stealth Fighter all the time on the Amiga and stuff.
Oh, great!
I love the Amiga.
I even got the changed version when they decided to change it to the 117 after it came out.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I have both. Yeah, so because when this came out, you didn't even really know what the stealth fighter looked like. It was top secret. So they kind of guessed that this was like a guess. This is like the second iteration.
They were pretty dead on though for the guess.
Well, they were pretty close. Yeah. So that was
looked like the Firefox.
Yeah. So that was a fun, super
Fox
fun
again,
game.
Retro. I love your accent because it does not sound like Fox.
Remember the Firefox movie?
This looks like Firefox. Yeah. Hey, Mark D, did you ever play? I don't know if it was called Mega Fortress or it was called Mega Fortress. It was based on Dale Brown's Flight of the Old Dog, and it was a B-52.
I haven't played that, but that sounds awesome.
Oh, it was. I mean, they had all the control. I mean, it was. You even got a copy of the book, but it was pretty much you're flying a B-52, and I'd like, whoa.
Well, the other game that was kind of like that was that we were talking about LucasArts as how amazing their games were. So Secret of Monkey Island, Chuck's Revenge. So this
Space Quest, Police Quest, King's Quest, all those.
So, Raymond, do you remember this game, Secret Weapons of Luftwaffe? Or
yeah, I do. I never had it, but I never had that one. But I remember that one. I was more like into Falcon.
Okay, Falcon. Yeah, classic.
Falcon, F-15 Strike Eagle.
Yep, that's
they even had one Tornado.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they had Tornado. I mean,
I had
those
a
were
friend that would crash every time when he played this game. He would take off right. He would get up in the air, and he was up in the air for like a minute or two and just crash. And he's like, I don't know what I'm doing.
So this is
jump off.
Does this look familiar to anyone? Raymond,
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
looks.
Yeah.
Tell us,
So we're-
Mark.
the old
literally, I didn't see the button. I was going to say that's a Microsoft. As soon as I saw the
original Microsoft
I've
Flight
played this.
Simulator.
Yeah.
I've played this.
So we're in Nick's area, right? We're in Chicago. That's the is that supposed to be the Sears Tower, if I remember? And but this
Yep,
was the
Sears
graphics.
Tower.
Like when I first had this, I was like, oh, I can't believe the graphics, how good these are. It's so awesome.
Yeah, like, you're like, oh my god, the graphics! And
Have you guys
if
seen the
you did this
latest Flight
too much
Simulator?
right here, you would go off into the ocean and be like, psh, just kill yourself.
Yeah.
Like
So Ash mentioned the new Flight Simulator. Yeah, have you played it, Ash? Or
I haven't played it, but I've got some mates that I've got a mate that has played it, and I watched when they announced it, and basically they've got it's a fully modern graphics. They've got almost every airport that you can land at in the real world,
Have you
either
seen
the real
some-
world or in like some countries.
Have you seen the dudes that have actually built like complete flight
the
simulator?
full flight
Yeah.
simulator
in the room? They like built
Yeah.
a Boeing jet cockpit
Yeah,
with the
like-
whole flight sim built into it.
they retro. They have a ton of those on Twitch all the time.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen them. My mate's actually building. He's got like an old Cessna and he's taking it to bits. I've been giving him ideas for building the control panels and stuff. So, yeah, my mate's doing that as well. Cool.
so LT was asking about no love for TIE Fighter and X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. So here you go, LT. Yeah, these are, these are really well-known games. This is not like an obscure game, but this is some of, and these are the updated graphics. But if anyone hasn't played these, you can get them on Steam and GOG and the
Summer
X-Wing,
Games was awesome. Summer Games. Did you ever play that, Mark?
No.
Summer Games.
What was that,
Yeah,
like
look up
Decathlon? Or?
Yeah, look up Summer Games. It was awesome.
Let me try Summer
But the
Games.
one that people used to screw up on a lot was the hacky sack one. Nobody could do that well. Like Lord Thoth, did you play a lot of Summer Games? 'Cause I did. Back on my friend's computer store. So.
Here we go. Yep, I think about one of the games I used to play was Decathlon back in the day, and to run you would hit like the brackets back and forth. We like destroyed one of my dad's friends' keyboards, and back then keyboards weren't cheap on an IBM IBM computer. So it's like no more Decathlon.
Daily Thompson's Decathlon we had over here in the UK on the Spectrum. You had to hammer the keyboard to run.
Yep.
Especially on Summer Games, you did that too. I had a friend that wore out his dad's keyboard every few months, and he kept going, why is my keyboard again? Because you had to pound it. And every few months, and he goes, these things aren't cheap. They're like $60 to $80. What are you doing on my keyboard?
Is this the game? Is this the game, Jed?
Oh,
there was California. There were Summer Games and California Games, like Brett said.
Looks very similar to it.
Yeah.
It sort of looks like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was a little bit different on the Spectrum. It wasn't as good quality as that. This looks like a sort of 64, Commodore 64 base. Oh, yeah, it is. See, I've just seen.
There you go. Retro knows his stuff.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was going to say.
And you would screw up a lot doing this one because you had to get it at the right spot, and you would always hit the bar until you got it like set up. Because the hitbox on this was terrible. It really was. The hitbox on it was terrible.
Kind of reminds me of an internet flash game called QWOP. It's QWOP, and basically it's like a little like 2D running game, and you have the QW keys and then the O and the P keys, and each one would control like the muscles in your legs. So one key would be like your left thigh muscle, and then another would be your left calf muscle, and then same for the right leg. And you had to try and run 100 meters with it, and then once you eventually figured out the pattern, it was a breeze. So it seems similar in concept.
Well, yeah, summer games and California games were like that until you figured it out. And look, they have Casino, Molten Bradley, Aussie, all the stuff for like back then. Ocean Pacific, I used to wear that stuff all the time.
Yeah, it brings back some great memories.
Yeah, it does. Because I used to have an Ocean Pacific hat and some shirts and like stuff like that.
So I'm gonna let's see. I'll just go through a couple of. Do they have the volleyball? Oh, there's the hacky sack.
The hacky sack one was the hardest one out of all of them. Yeah, it was the hardest one.
Do they have beach volleyball in this one?
Yeah, they had volleyball in it, if I remember.
Dude, his head's quite the knocker for that.
And if you hit the bird, if you hit the seagull, if you hated to hit the seagull, you got extra points for it too.
Oh, the side
With
kick.
the seagull would come across and you hit it, you would get extra points.
Oh, if you hit the seagull, yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Guys, this is fun to watch. Yeah.
It was fun to play until you got frustrated because the more you would keep it going, the faster it'd get. So there was legit no chance that you could keep it going. They did that on purpose. This one was a pain in the ass too. The surfing one, oh.
It looks like fun, yeah. And a lot of these old games.
It was fun, but like a pain in the ass.
Like the graphics aren't super great, but it was like the skill of like getting it to work. Yeah, to like trying to figure it out, which was fun. Yeah,
because I played this on the Nintendo and the Amiga too. So
let's see. Here's the. Was it skating? Yep. Roller
skating. Lord Thought said he hated the hacky sack one.
It was. That was the. Oh wait, this one. If you would hit the sand and you go, she would just hit the dust and like, bam. Like.
Let's see what it sounds like if I do it for a second. Yeah. Yeah, the old retro.
Let me see. She'd go knee first and then face first, right into the carpet, if I remember right.
But just that sound of that audio is so it just like makes you feel good just hearing that.
Yeah. The amount of channels on the 64 was awesome.
So my first CD-ROM player for the computer, it was a Sound Blaster with a card.
Yeah.
And it was $600 for the CD and the sound card.
Yeah.
It was like as much as a whole computer back then. I had to save all my I worked cutting lawns for the summer.
I spent my college fund on my first 386 DX40. and I was like broke for the rest of the term because I bought a PC with it. I didn't have anything.
Oh, let's see what the sound effect is for that. Let's see. Oh, nothing. But yeah,
there it goes. Just
you're right, Chad.
Yeah, I always used to crack up and I would mess up on purpose just to see her bit the dust. Like,
that's a fun looking game. Yeah. Yeah. So back then you had to, now you can get an El Cheapo computer for, $300 or $500, but it's back, me and Retro back in the day.
Oh, God, he cost a fortune.
And Raymond and everyone.
He bit the dust like that too. He just like, I never got how he shifted over to the other side of the screen when he bit it.
So what's this, Frisbee? Oh yeah, Frisbee, cool.
Yeah, that was. Oof.
Oh, and it's showing you on the top how far it's going, I guess.
Oh! Here's another one to go look up. Track and field, Mark. Look that one up.
Oh yeah, track and field. Yep.
Yeah, look up track and field.
I'm going to show. This is actually the all-time greatest game, and there's no one can argue with this with me. So this game. Is Super Challenge Baseball for the Atari 2600. I spent probably, exaggeration, like I don't know how much we played this game.
Yeah,
as kids. Love me Atari 2600.
So what's great about this game? It was all I mean, the graphics are pitiful, but
Ironcaster, no, not Custer's Revenge.
No, we don't want that one. We don't want those type of games here.
But this game was all skill, so it's baseball, so but it was all about fielding and the skill of playing. So it didn't matter what the graphics were, but the trick was in baseball, with 2 out for our international geeks out there, for when there's two outs and you have a man on third, if the runner crosses home, when after the out's made, it doesn't count. But what you could do with this game had a bug in it, so if you had a runner on third, you could steal home or like hit a bunt or something, score, and then the run would still count. So we got so good at it, we'd bunt our way around, and I'm trying to. Actually, the person showing the gameplay here is not the best. Let's see, there's a hit there. Just show you. I mean, it's just we were playing with your buddies. And you had to field, and it was just totally a skill-based game on how fast you could field. And
Mark is really good at a game when we watch someone else playing it, and he's disappointed by their performance.
Yeah, like come on, let's see some. I gotta do
I do that to people all the time on Twitch. I'm like, really, dude, really?
Yeah, you gotta be
Are
better.
Are you kidding me?
No, Mark doesn't get outraged. He gets that disappointed, like, oh no.
I was like, what the fuck's your problem? You couldn't do that. What? Come on.
Come on, dude. That was an easy triple play there. What are you doing?
Yeah, I was like, come on, dude.
Come on. There's the throw to home. You're totally late. So the funny thing is, with being here's a home run here, bro. No. So we're locked up with the vid and finally when we're able to get back together again lately. Decent mediocre. Oh, come on. What are you kidding? So
I know, right? Mark, the person that was playing. Look, and he gives it because he couldn't play the bloody game.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we played that for hours. Like I brought out the old Atari from the basement, the whole gang, that hung out together, and we played it for hours again. And we were like, all right, I'm betting you $5 on this game.
This game right here wore out a lot of Nintendo fans. Right? You had the power pad where you could jump on it, or you could use the controller. Well, if you use the controller, you would destroy your controllers because you're like. But here's the cool part: when they came out with the NES Advantage, it had turbo, and all you had to do was press the button and hold it down, and it would just go.
Oh,
the NES Advantage was the big controller. I still have that here somewhere. It was a huge controller. It had turbo and everything else on it.
So this is classic, yeah.
Yeah, I love this game.
I absolutely used to brick it when my mates used to come around and play on the ZX Spectrum because you're seeing the size of that thing and the keyboard just used to get hammered to hell. I'd be like, oh my God, it's going to break.
And here's a little thing right here. If you didn't time that up right, you're screwed. Like on this one. But if you turn the turbo on, you're golden, man.
Well,
like
check this out. So this, let's see if I got this. Are using a color display.
Boy, this takes me back.
Have the old green screen. Still have the green screens. Yeah, remember them.
So this is when we first played on the computer here. I'm trying to kill the sound here so we don't get the Olympics don't get us. But so let's go. So you had these pink, you had talk about pink tribbles. You had pink runners, and talking about Bruce Jenner, and 1976. So this game was when this came out. It was so you'd press the keys. Yeah, use the 1 and 2 keys for running. So that like back then the keyboard was like $100 or $120. And you would just totally trash the keyboard. My buddy's friend, he's like, no more to he came home and he was watching us play this game, and we're like you guys said, like wailing on the keyboard. He's like, what are you, nuts?
Oh, you want to hear a funny thing?
All of you being very, very young, chewing your tongue, moving your legs around, standing up, moving around the room, as though moving your controller or your keyboard would make it more effective. This is how
Hey, Raquel, you want to hear a funny story? One time I came over to my friend's house and my friend's dad let me in. And then all of a sudden, you heard this pounding from upstairs. And his father goes, "Is he jerking off up there again?" I was like, "No, he's probably pounding the keyboard." We went in there, and he's like pounding the keyboard really fast. I was like, "He said you're jerking off," and I was like, "No, he's on the keyboard." I was just like,
How old were you when another adult looked at you and asked you if you were pleasuring yourself?
No.
bad.
Him.
We were not supposed to ask.
So bad.
Yeah, dude, his family was super cool. They like let me go to like Friday the 13th and everything. So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if I would use the word cool.
He
but the fact that an adult looked at you and said, "Is he jerking off?"
I was like, "No, he's probably just hitting his keyboard really loud."
I would just like to say I am no longer jerking off. I finished about 5 minutes ago.
Steven muted it. He's like,
"Oh no, I left the mic on. I was playing Silent Ninja. It's my favorite game."
You know, he does that during the Fortnite streams too. You know that. So I'm just letting you guys know.
The escape key is stuck.
He's stuck. I'm more terrified of the mouse being stuck to my hand. What happened? Well, I missed it. Well, you see here, sir, I confused this Gorilla Glue for lotion. And it's really awkward now.
Nurse, can you get this mouse
out? That's so bad.
Can you get the mouse?
That's my dialing hand. I couldn't even call for help.
Steven's over there thinking about the Twinkie and the Slim Jim at the same time. He's like, "Come on, guy, come on."
I don't know what's wrong with them today. LT, I can't tell you. I don't know what's wrong with them.
I would just like to say that Jet is my Twinkie and Clobberin is my Slim Jim.
Oh, what's another one called Slim?
Whoa!
Bleach my brain. Bleach my brain. Bleach my brain.
You can be my little Debbie if you want. I got enough to go around. I'm fat enough.
He's like, "You can be my Huckleberry."
Who remembers these? Who remembers these?
What's that? I remember retro. I've seen those as a kid.
Poseidon 3A, the first PDA. Remember these PDAs?
Wow.
Hey, your mum and dad probably had one.
Is that kind of like the Radio Shack pocket computer a little bit, or was
that
after? Or was that after that? Maybe.
Yeah. Yep. It's about that time.
Do you have a Palm Pilot anywhere? Or
I've got a couple of those knocking a couple of.
Yeah, I had a friend that tried to sneak that into math class, and he got busted every time because it was big. He tried to put it in his pocket, and he couldn't.
Couple
fit,
of shout outs to Pat S as well, asking about
Yeah.
electric dreams in the stream. There you go.
Yeah.
Dreams. There you go. And of course, another classic, Weird Science.
Oh, dude, that's Electric Dreams.
Hey, Retro, would you do me a
Dude,
favor?
that's where he. Oh, yeah, that's where he tries to bang the computer.
Over. Can you flip the Electric Dreams over for me?
Yeah, certainly, yeah. This is absolutely. This is one of my all-time favorite. It's where the computer becomes self-aware, like an AI.
Oh,
I think it's brilliant.
Song.
Yeah, I think it's brilliant.
You guys all know Tom Connor's Rating Ages the Mead Radio. That's the only song by Oakley I constantly request. I love that song to death.
That tune is
Together
awesome.
in Electric Dreams. Yeah,
The tune is awesome. Yeah. I actually like the bit as well where the computer is actually playing.
I want to meet her.
Yeah,
It's about a boy.
When they're playing hide and seek in Alcatraz.
Yeah.
And that's when he gets a real girlfriend, the computer becomes really jealous.
Well, the computer was technically writing the music and actually playing music with her, right?
Yeah. Recommend, if anyone's never seen these, recommend you definitely watch these.
These but goodies.
God bless Kelly LeBrock in that outfit. Oof, she gave a lot of boys there.
That's definitely not the image I'm looking at. That's not. You said God bless. Retro blowed up.
I thought you were playing decathlon on the computer, not doing something else.
There's just so much wiener going on today. I don't know. That's fine. This is all wiener all day
He's
long.
just like, don't mind me. I'm just gonna hit it out. Oh, like right there.
So, folks, if you're just joining us, you just tuned into the Global Wiener Gang.
Brought to you by Slim Jim and Hostess.
Beaver, he's like hard, but he's not hard.
Is that a 3? Is that a 3 and a 5 inch
Excuse me
floppy?
while I whip this out.
No.
Is that a big floppy or a little floppy?
Hey, Beavis, you said wiener.
Lord Thought's comment. I am in no way affiliated.
What's going on with him
Flopping
today?
around here today.
Oh, my
And
face
Mark
hurts.
just used the Kuba saw emoticon. How is this even happening right now?
The serious question is, do you prefer chocolate filling or vanilla filling?
I'm more of a vanilla type of guy.
I like the
French
chocolate
vanilla.
cake.
French
Head
vanilla.
You know what's really bugging? They never did a peanut butter Twinkie with jelly on the inside. They never did that.
Oh God!
Come to butt.
Right, Eric? What has happened? What has happened? We have an
Come
ode
to butthead.
Have you ever looked at the Dorito and questioned your sexuality? I have.
Only if it was Cool Ranch, you know.
No, it's always Cool Ranch over here. You really put the crunch in my Cheetos.
So you can have the Slim Jim on one side and the Dorito on the other side and be gang banging a Twinkie. So you know.
I wouldn't have used that type of language, but eating the Twinkie.
Hey, I really want all of us to reenact my favorite tiramisu.
No.
I can't do that forever.
He's like,
it's really weird.
Right, Eric? I love you, Eric. I have no idea what's going on right now.
What do you mean you want to be the corn dog?
I want the other side. Okay, let's switch sides. Reverse gangbang.
Okay,
you
so
know.
Fat Steven and Jed are now role-playing sex on the Global Geek Gang. I think I want to die.
You want 2 scoops of raisins or just 1?
So bad.
What part of your menu do you like more? The frosted or the
My face hurts.
And then all you hear, come to butthead.
Yeah, right? Chris.
Don't worry. It's all gluten-free
They've gone
down
all the
here,
way
baby.
from FM radio to Sirius FM radio. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's serious now.
Oh, dear, it's always been serious.
So can we get back to talking about Masterpiece Theater or something? No,
Masturbating theater?
Masturbate theater? What?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Crikey!
Oh, no.
Good Lord.
Hey ho!
Hey, Bert. Come on, Retro, do it.
All right.
Hey,
It was
Bert.
at this moment they realized, they questioned why they were there.
Well, damn man, I had to stop at the office playing the stream out loud with Raquel, and no sooner did the elevator someone down the hole did she ask about pleasure, and I silenced immediately.
The debate's still there. How many licks does it get? Wait. How
Dad,
many
I'm
licks?
walking. Love you. Love you.
The Twinkie was curved for its pleasure.
No.
No. How many licks does it
Twinkie
take to get to
stuff.
the center? How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
No.
A 1, a 2, a 3, crunch.
So bad.
Hey, what's your safe word? Cookie Crisp.
No. Nick's would be waffle crisp. You know, so that's his safe word.
I have not had a bowl of that cereal in 2 weeks. I'm scratching my neck right now because I'm not eating it.
Well, I'm glad it's just your neck, honey, because this stream has gone right off.
Well, you took that to the next level right
No,
there.
that's been going on all day long here.
You become us. You live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
You became the villain.
Walk it away. Walk it away.
I'll be the lemon. You be the meringue.
Clobberin steps in and breaks
You are
the
the
game going this way,
fine
right?
pumpkin.
Scratchy mic going on there, whoever that was.
Is that the retro
Scratchy.
mic? Is that the retro mic?
Yeah, that was
blame
retro.
Sorry, dude.
Sorry, man. I don't know why they blame you, man.
Did you see what Dad made?
Dad,
What's
man.
what?
Don't you
Iconic.
dare. That's so funny.
Raquel's like,
never be
choo
hungry
choo,
again.
let's take this bitch off the tracks. Let's
No,
go.
that's not what's happening. It's the fact that if I don't find a way out of this, we might be talking about your Twinkie fantasies for a really long time, and I don't want to. I just don't want to.
Well, to be honest, Nick started that, so that's
Nick!
Nick's tweak fantasy.
You're all my special
Hey,
little
I
behind
started it
You're
and
behind
finished
it.
it. These
You
guys brought
finished
the whole
indeed.
That's
map.
what she said, Nick.
You had to have seen it, Raquel.
Just there's Raymond. What's happened today?
I don't know, but you had to have seen the visual.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't see the visual. When I'm thinking
yeah.
about Jed and
Well-
his romantic feelings towards Twinkies, I just want to
Well,
leave.
you
this
know-
Okay, I got one more.
You know,
Psh, Snapple. Psh, crackle. Psh, pop.
Nick started it.
What?
Snap, crackle, pop. That's what
But hey, I went in, I dipped out, and I left it behind. You guys brought it back.
You did it.
no, it's like, what happened when the Twinkie found out he was cheating on him? He's like, are you messing around on me with some ho-hos?
I actually
Nick got
understood that one.
Nick got that.
I'm sorry, Clobberin. I am so sorry.
That's not all
I
not all
don't know yet,
Steven.
but I'm probably sorry for the future. So I'm super sorry.
Okay,
I got
let's say
2-for-1
Mark
group
D's
on
toy.
here.
I mean, sorry, not Mark D. Mark D's toys.
Yes.
Oh,
Well,
do you want to see his toys?
I do want to see his toys.
Well, I already showed this, but after all the comments on the stream, I don't know if that's such a good idea.
It's so beautiful. I'm
And here's
so
the
excited.
Millennium Falcon getting eaten by the Doomsday
Whoa,
Machine.
do it slower. Do it slower.
Oh no!
Let's play some sexy 70s music. Let's go, baby. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, so
You know I can swallow you all in one gulp. Come on.
What the
Oh no!
Oh
my
my
ears are
God.
bleeding. I need to shut the stream off now.
Oh my God. So on that note,
You want to show me your flux capacitor?
Oh, this is
And
so bad.
I'm actually printing the Darth Vader pen holder right now. So
Oh, cheers. Thank you.
I'll have to get Steven one. Yep. So hopefully it'll keep printing. Yep.
Despite all this, we've maintained an audience. So I
Why
guess
do I-
maybe somehow.
Why do I feel like I'm gonna get that Darth Vader on the bottom and saying you're a goddamn pervert? Just keep on putting him up. On the bottom.
I don't forget. I think that prize goes to Jed for today, right?
Yeah.
What?
He's pretty much sexualized my whole buffet table. It's really weird.
Yeah. I'm good at that, you know.
Is Jed, you
That's
watching?
not what you do with food.
Are you watching 9.5 Weeks tonight?
Oh no, I watched that last week, so you know. Nick got me in the mood with the ho-hos and the Twinkies
With all the
and the
food,
Slim
there
Jims.
are no
you know.
Twinkies in 9.5 Weeks, right? Yeah, I don't think so, right?
No, there was honey, there was cherries that he threw all over her, and then she had the blindfold on, and
That's
then
a
he poured all
hypothetical
that
question.
shit over her,
Yeah,
and
that
then
was
she was just like,
hypothetical, dude.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Mark. No, thanks, Mark.
I didn't think
Gone
you
in
could give
50
us a whole
calories.
list.
"Come on, let me put some of this honey in your mouth, dear."
Close the door on Jet.
I gotta cancel my whole grocery gateway order and my Uber Eats order. I'm done.
Oh my God.
Even Jenny Craig is getting turned off at this.
And she's like, You know, I'm turned on by most food, but right now I can't just get it up.
Whoa.
She can't get it up.
She can't get it up either.
I was planning on having dinner after this stream. I just completely lost my appetite.
Oh, I'm still having dinner. Nothing changed.
Ash is gonna finish his dinner. He's like, "Hey, what's for dessert? Tiramisu? No.
Hey, it's tiramisu and a Twinkie. Come on, Ash.
Oh, Jed.
What am
You
I
managed
supposed to
to
say?
turn
Oh,
the
ding
entire
dong.
Global Geek Gang into your sexual fantasies with food.
Just like Tom King's fantasy to be Catwoman.
Oh.
Or like Jerry's when he likes, oh, I love boob window. No, I don't
rotten.
like boob window, you know.
Tom King, he went from self-inserting as Batman to self-inserting as Catwoman, and you
So
can
we
actually
could get
see it in
inserted.
the structure.
Hey, Dad's like, the only proper action to eat a Twinkie is to eat it feeling full. Like,
Well, we're going to start wrapping it up, folks. We've been
Probably a good idea.
Before Mike gets kicked off.
There's no way this. That wasn't even meant to be funny. We really are.
I knew you were right. I knew you
mean,
were telling it seriously. It's just the timeliness of that was perfect.
I mean, there was. Yeah, I know. I knew saying that would get laughter for no reason.
so, yeah. Welcome to our little stand-up with everything that happens when it's off the air. So you got a little taste of that today. So, yeah.
Normally we talk about philosophy and other subjects.
Yes, normally we talk about philosophy, we talk about books, we talk about geek stuff, we talk about comics, we talk about writing and culture and marvelous things. I'm not sure what happened today, folks. But now we all know Jed a little better.
I'm sorry. When you're making a shish kebab, do you go in from the right or the left?
You go in from both sides, baby.
Whoa, no, that's
Anyways, I'll leave my example. Plug my channel for Clobby.
I like it.
Yes,
I like
please,
it.
go ahead.
Yes, we're going to start off doing that. We're going to go around the table here. Nicholas, let me get you on there. And
all right,
dude, all right, buddy. Let me get your link. Hang on, go for it, man.
All right, humans. Well, you know, despite sexual tensions in the last 20 minutes, the first 3 hours were very productive. So don't forget about the last 3 hours before the last 20. It's all been productive. Yeah. It's been good. It's been delightful, and it's been very satisfying and fulfilling. So, by all means, anyways, I'm on mine's Twitter and Instagram at Nick Weiser. I'm part of the Dix Division and the Global Geek Gang.
Hell, Dix Division.
32 flavors of Nick Weiser. I talk pizza, food, soon gonna go international. Thanks to Raquel. I like talk about metal and whatever's on my mind about pop culture. Tomorrow night, I got a comic book panel. We'll be talking The Last Ronin and what are your hot takes on comics that were badly received that you enjoy. So come check me out.
Probably do the weekly look at the comics.
You all good soon. Have a good one. You all be well and stay inhuman.
Take care, Nick.
Yeah, bro. We appreciate you, man.
Yeah. I appreciate you.
Everyone, please, there's a link there. Please go. If you have not already, please go subscribe to Nick's great channel. Yay. There it is. Indeed. And let me see here. Getting links there. Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you so much for being here, man, as always. Let's see here. Next up, we have our old pal. That's Steven Seagal. Let me find you here. Where are you? There you are. You keep hiding from me. No, there you are. Changing avatars, hiding from me.
She-Hulk smash.
Well, nowadays that makes more relevant sense. All
right, man. Thanks for being here, buddy. Appreciate you.
I would really like to apologize for my sexualizations of food. I apologize, Clobberin.
Nothing to apologize for, bro. I'm glad you're here.
I do. I had to hide all the rappers. It's really horrifying.
That's what all that crinkling was in the background. You heard.
I think that was your Trojan fetish. I don't know about that one. But it's always a pleasure coming on here and just chilling with your friends. You guys have a great group, and thank you, man. I can't thank you enough. And Raquel, thank you for not muting or blocking me yet either. I know most women find it very tedious and hard not to just send me a bottle of mace and tell me to spray myself on camera. So thank you all. This panel's great. Your chat is great. And I am honored to be invited on these panels so much. Thank you, dude.
Well, thank you for being here, buddy.
Yeah,
You are
thank
good
you for coming.
Appreciate you, man. Absolutely. Let's see here. Next, let me, I think second here. Our great pal Raymond Feliciano, buddy, tell us. We've got, of course, your wonderful books out there, and here's a link where they can find them.
Yeah,
And
just trying to sell the books, trying to work on number 3, working on some promotional things. I might have some T-shirts out there, but just getting ready for the weekend. Everybody have a safe and safe Memorial Day weekend. For those who are in the southern part of the continent.
Well, thank you, man. Appreciate you being here as always, buddy.
And it's always a pleasure being here. I appreciate being with such a great group of people.
We appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. Let's see here. Oh, excellent. Takes a second for me to get there. Our magnificent, greatest first officer in the fleet, the wonderful Raquel Briggs, of course. Let me spotlight you there. And let's see, you have some wonderful writings. I'm going to put that link. There's that link in the chat right there.
Yeah, if you like science fiction short story or short story, I write science fiction short stories in addition to the nonfiction. I write as a scholar. I don't have a YouTube channel. I have nothing here to promote. Just Clobby's channel. We have a little show called Saturday Night Star Trek, or Clobberin Treks, and we are covering 66 to 05 Trek, and we're having a heck of a great time. It's a wonderful community atmosphere, and I hope you'll show up every Saturday and join us.
Wow.
Also, could I please thank Chris and Eric for wrenching for us today. I love you guys so much, and thank you for all the hard work you do. And I want to thank the chat for showing up. We love you guys, and thank you so much for your wonderful banter and your community spirit today, and just all of your comments. You're wonderful. And thank you to CLOBBY for creating this space for nerds and geeks to come in and talk about the things we love. So, and thanks to the whole panel. I enjoyed your company today.
Thank you so much, number one. You're the best. We all love you so much. Let's see here. We have, of course, our great buddy, Retro. Oh, man, we appreciate you. Well done today, as always, my friend.
Dude, thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for letting me on and talk some geek stuff and show some great movies and some great pieces of old tech. Wonderful being here. Love being with all you guys. It's cracking fun. Brilliant laugh. It's just great. Cheers. And everybody, you'll catch me and Jed about on our channel. And if anything's going on, we'll let you know. And with that, I'll have to clear off because I'm going to get a clout from the frying pan from the missus.
Yeah. The missus is going to come in there and she's going to go like, get over here, Rachel. Get over here.
RD, I felt like everybody got to know you a little bit better today. And I just wanted to say thank you for everything that you showed us today from your collection, and really stepping out on a limb. I know sometimes you're a little bit quiet, especially when there are lots of us in a room together. And I just want to say to you how much I appreciated your voice today, and all the cool things you talked about. And I got to know you a little bit better, and you're a really wonderful person. And I loved everything you shared. So I hope that you'll continue to be a little louder, because I sure enjoyed it.
I've got loads of old tech. Absolutely, that's my hobby. That's been my hobby. So I've
just
got plenty of it. Plenty of it to show.
Yeah, just wonderful. And thank you so much for your really cool recommendations today. Clobby had this idea for us to give our recommendations. I love your recommendations, and I can't wait to watch them. So thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Thanks, everyone. And with that, I'll have to clear off. So,
all right, buddy, we appreciate you.
Take care,
brother.
Bye, sweetie.
Be good. Be good.
Bye, brother. I'll talk to you tonight.
All right, man.
Take care, Retro.
Did I do that? I made a mistake there. Let's see here. The great Mark D with the C, my brother. Great work as always, buddy. We appreciate you, man.
lot of fun today. I didn't think the show would end up there, but it was awesome sharing all those weird or unusual, maybe not so well known geek nerd things. Here's one quick more blast from the past. Here's a Nintendo Game & Watch. If anyone remembers that, I think they came out with a new one. You could buy that. So and I'm going to show some of that kind of stuff on my channel, and thanks to Mike and Jed for being there with for some of those, and of course the great Raquel for some of those streams. And thanks. And maybe I'm going to do one on Migos. Maybe I'll have you on for that, Raquel, if you want to jump on. And Mike, if anyone wants to jump in on that on some old Migos, I have the old Enterprise, so probably going to do that one next. And look for me on Pop Culture this weekend, and anywhere. And then actually, Nick Weiser, I kind of invited myself onto one of his 80s panel, but he said that was okay.
He's so in.
So there's one movie. I won't. Yeah, thank you. So I won't say the movie if you want, unless it's okay. But Commando, yeah, which is one of my all-time favorite. And the only hot toy I have is that. So I'm, we're also going to be on there with Nick. So of course we'll have all those links out there. But that's going to be a lot of fun with Commando. So I was in the chat last night. I said, if you don't mind, I'd like to be there for that one. So
you're in, dude. It's on like Donkey and Diddy Kong.
Wait, is going Commando part of the Commando coverage?
Yeah.
Well, after this stream today,
you just turn your camera off. But I'm on.
After this stream today, God knows.
Right, Mark? Right?
We went off the wall, but we had
here
fun.
In my boxers, huh? Yeah.
We don't need to know. We do not need to know.
Yeah, Jed, nobody asked you what you were wearing. Nobody said what you were wearing.
But thank you, Mike, for having Mike and Jed for having us on this platform. This has been awesome and hysterical. Yes.
Anytime, buddy, please go to Mark's channel, everyone. He's just getting started. He does a great stream. Sometimes we even surprise everybody with a little stream on Sunday nights. So, always there. Let's see here.
Thank you. Thank you.
A great buddy, Ash. Yo, brother.
Ash.
I know you have a channel. You have two, really. Good.
Kind of. First, I hope I didn't bore anyone talking about Elder Scrolls.
No, it was great.
Because it was very long and convoluted, and a lot of people don't know the deeper lore and stuff. So I hope you enjoyed listening to that stuff. But yeah, video games are my bread and butter. That's like my lifeblood, essentially. There's so many different franchises that people wouldn't know that actually has deeper stuff. Like take Minecraft, for example, that has, believe it or not, lore to the game. Like you wouldn't think it because people just think, oh, blocks, you build stuff, you kill you kill things, but there's a lot of deeper lore if you really look into it, put two and two together. But you can find me about the fandom. I'm here every Thursday for the Global Geek Gang. I'm on Pop Culture Archivists every Sunday with Jed and the guys. On Saturdays with Jed, I'm on Pablo's channel at Geek Tropology. I'm also on T-Shirt Historian's channel on Saturdays. I'm on Fat Steven's channel every now and then playing Fortnite and maybe other games. And I do have my own personal channel, but I haven't done stuff on that in some time. I need to restart my gaming streams and then do that. And then, you can just find me about different people's streams and about the fandom.
Excellent, brother. Excellent. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, buddy.
And I know a lot of people like your deep dive, and for people who are interested in that, they want it explained to them. So don't ever be shy to unfurl a deep dive and show people how it's done and how easy it is to get involved and to summarize stories and stuff. I think you got a lot of people interested in that game, and I think you're wonderful. And thank you so much for being here.
Appreciate you, buddy. Let's see here. And then my partner in crime, who should be in jail.
Well, I kind of have
a story about a band named Jed.
You kind of have been there. What?
What says what? Speaker says what? But who said something about my favorite football team is glory Man United. The Man United is my favorite football team.
Get out.
So that's the reason why I fucking hate Liverpool so much. So
I thought it was the Cowboys. Or the Cardinals.
No, that's American football. Like
only kind I know.
Yeah, so but yeah.
And your channel and your stream?
Yeah, we do this every Thursday. Then tomorrow I'm gonna do like 50 Hail Marys on Father Christopher's channel in the morning for my pittance, you know. So and then afterwards, that's before Friday Night Tights, but after Friday Night Tights, I'm on Nick's, and then afterwards I'm on Foul Balls, which it gets crazy over there too. So you like the craziness that you saw here today? Come over to Foul Balls tomorrow night, okay? If then on Saturday, like Ash said, me and Ash are both on 2 streams together on Saturday. One with Pablo, and then another on T-shirt stream. So, Brett. And then on Sunday, we're just gonna do whatever the hell we can fucking think of. So, you know, and then, it starts all the way. So, can't be friends with Jed, Liverpool all the way. No. Okay. But yeah, and we're trying to think of we've random streams have popped up through the week. Like this week we had a random Star Wars stream that randomly popped up out of nowhere because it was the birthday of the original 1977 Star Wars. And we all told when we went to go see it or first time we saw it, basically almost everybody was here that was there too. So, that was awesome. We went for like 5 or 6 hours on that one. So
indeed. Absolutely. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you always being here, bub. And
always, brother.
Appreciate all of you. And we chat. One quick show note before we get out of here, everyone, as Raquel had mentioned, as number 1 had mentioned, Saturday night Star Trek, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, reviewing Star Trek, the animated series now. We're reviewing all of Real Trek, of course. We got through a couple of weeks back doing the original series. And last week we started with the animated series. After that, it will be the original crew films, TNG, DS9, Voy, and Int. Only Real Trek, of course, 66 through 05, or as Raquel likes to say, 735. So,
yep.
Real deal Trek, everyone. And that is going to be a lot of fun. Monday night, not sure what I'm doing yet. It'll be comics related because it always is on the Monday night MARC Comics show. I may talk about, because I didn't talk about a comic here today, so I may talk about, the comic that I based our motif on this week. I made everybody a character from Astro City, a comic no one's heard of, but I talk about too much. One of these days I'll stop talking about it, probably never. I love it, so I think maybe I'll just devote Monday night to Astro City, so no one will want to listen, but what the hell? I love it. It's a great comic. I want to thank everyone for being here tonight. I can't remember everyone who was here today. So the great Chris Persia, the great Eric K, the Lord Thoth. Sorry you couldn't make it, brother. Sorry Pablo couldn't make it, but you're with us in spirit. We appreciate you. Neon Extasia is new here. It's great to see you. Mike Beats, Darius Munchausen. I believe D. Bud Martin was here earlier. So many people. So many people. Brett Cohen, Principal the Crazed. Let's see who was here. Of course, trying to figure out everyone who was here. I can't remember everyone. It's been so long. This is what we've been on. Pod Racing Palpatine. Thank you for being here. Liger fan, good to see you. Thank you so much. We said the hellos at the beginning, though. I think we got most of everyone early.
Brightest Day.
Day was here.
Yeah, Brightest Day was here. That's a good catch. Yeah.
Sort of Poopus Cuber. The great Ironcaster was here. By the way, there is now a link in my description below. It's his and many other wonderful, great YouTube channels you should all go check out. Just check out my description below. Dadman Walking was here with that scary avatar.
Yeah.
And, so many other wonderful friends were here. We appreciate everyone. Janet from Another Planet was here. I can't remember everyone because I'm old and I forgot to write it down. Oh, look who popped in at the last moment there.
Yeah, it's a wild Loki appearance.
Loki, what's up, brother? Good to see you, bud. Always, man. I appreciate you because we're about to play out with that fantastic intro. And as always, I give credit to the great Stone Loki, my good friend, for making that for me. And
Mike, I want to say something real fast.
Oh, that's just too bad, isn't it?
Yeah, piss off. Hey, I want to show some love to comics because he had a little bit of a mishap this week. He had to go in the hospital. Comics, we love you, and hell, Dick's division, brother. So we hope you get better.
Oh yeah, hey, Comics division, absolutely. I hope you are recovering nicely, sir. I'm a big fan of yours, sir. There's Dee Myers. Good to see you. So yeah, I think he doesn't know me, but I know him, and I like him a lot. He's a real cool dude and great guy, great channel. And he sits in, of course, with the Friday Night Tights guys. I had heard about that. I hope he is doing well. Good.
He is. He's having a nice, relaxing break.
Yeah. I talked to him too. So me and Nick have both talked to him. So yeah, he's just chilling. So
good.
So
Appreciate
I just
that.
wanted to put that shout out to him. So
nice.
Indeed.
Thank you.
So if I missed anyone on this ending, it's because I did not write it all down. We'd like to note everybody who's here, but
we do.
I can't remember that much. So if you were here, look, and love you all for being here. Thank you all. And I love this Global Geek Gang. You've all fantastic pals. So appreciate everyone for being here tonight or today. And it's nights in some places. And have a wonderful rest of the day, night, and a great Memorial Day weekend, everyone. And again, shout out to the great Stone Loki for this amazing intro outro. Appreciate you, buddy. Good night and good day, everyone.
Bye.